into the Kraken zone, moves in, fires, he scores! The Cat! Taves put it down in front, Kara shoots, he scores! In over the Kraken line to Kane down the slide, he shoots, he scores! Patrick Kane!
Welcome to Chicago Blackhawks professional hockey on the Blackhawks Radio Network.
Kane is the sixth attacker with the puck in over the Coyote line, fed the left circle, to break it, shoots, and scores! You can almost see that coming!
Now, welcome the Chicago Blackhawks radio broadcast team. Here's John Whiteman.
The Chicago Blackhawks took a big win out of Montreal a couple of nights ago, and now they find themselves in the center of the hockey universe, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where they'll try to shut down the high-scoring Maple Leafs. That's not going to be easy. Hi again, everyone. John Whiteman along with Nick Olczyk. Happy to have you along here. We are here at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And Joe Brand, of course, is standing by in Blackhawks Central. We want to welcome you into our broadcast here this evening. The Blackhawks and the Toronto Maple Leafs for the second and final time this season, Nick. And I talked about the win in Montreal in my opening statement. Boy, there was a lot of emotion in that game. And not just at the end when the boys celebrated Marc-Andre Fleury picking up his 500th win. You could tell the boys were engaged, and they were engaged in that game because they wanted to get their beloved goaltender, Marc-Andre Fleury, that win. So they gave it that little bit of extra. Well, they're human. And as you know, being a former player, you get really high after a big, big win. Getting yourself back up to that competitive level for that next game, that can be a challenge. The Blackhawks can't afford to not let it happen.
Well, it was a great team performance last game, no question. Defensively, they were strong, they were sound, they defended as a brick wall in front of Marc-Andre Fleury, of course, putting up the goose egg in the shutout for him. But Johnny, you can't afford to have a letdown against this Toronto Maple Leaf team. I think that has to be the mindset. We know the offensive firepower that they have. We got a couple of native sons of Ontario, kids that grew up not too far here from Toronto, and they're going to be playing in the lineup. Dylan Strome back in the lineup as well. So I think you're going to have an injection of energy, and hopefully the Blackhawks can bring a very similar effort tonight because they're going to need it against the Maple Leafs.
Absolutely. Well, let's get to tonight's injury report. It's sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. We start with Tyler Johnson, out on long-term injured reserve for a couple of months after the neck surgery. We hope Tyler is progressing okay. Mackenzie Entwistle has been skating. He had his foot in a walking boot for several weeks, but he's been skating, and maybe by the time we get back to Chicago for the game coming up on Monday against the Calgary Flames, maybe he'll be ready, maybe not, but he is progressing in the right direction. And the reports on Jujhar Khaira after sustaining that awful concussion from the hit from Jacob Trouba in the game against the New York Rangers, still in concussion protocol, but he is improving. And we just wish the best for Jujhar and all the other boys. Get healthy and get back in the lineup real soon. Who am I banking on? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Wake up to a better way to bank with Marquette Bank and Fun Rewards. Well, Nick was sort of talking about it a while ago. I'm going with one of the local guys, Dylan Strome. Back in the lineup here tonight. He's from this area. He's got family and friends at the game. I mean, who knows how much he had to shell out for tickets here. But Dylan is going to probably empty the tank here tonight and try and have one of the better performances of his season for sure. Being a local kid, you don't ever want to come in here and play poorly and then have to deal with the flack that comes after that. Keys to the Game are sponsored by Team Hochberg. Hey, if you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home, go to 56david.com, and Nick's got those keys.
Well, as Johnny, a stat that is often overlooked but is integral to a team's success, especially in a game like this where you got some firepower offensively on both sides. It's the face-off dot. Austin Matthews, a guy who in 71% of his shifts starts in the offensive zone, and the Toronto Maple Leafs being the second best face-off team in the entire National Hockey League. About 55.5% face-offs are going to need to be really important for the Blackhawks, making sure they're winning them clean. And if you don't win it, at worst, you got to find a way to tie up and have your wingers come in and help. So I'm expecting a big night at the dot for Jonathan Toews. And now it is time for the Ditch Witch pick to perform. I'm going to go with the aforementioned Jonathan Toews. He got off the schneid with his first goal of the season last game. It was a wonderful power play goal. Perfect redirection, and hopefully that can get him going, get some confidence. Because, look, Johnny, all year, though he hasn't scored up until that last game in Montreal, he's been doing a lot of little things well, winning draws, defensively sound. He's had a strong year, just the offense hasn't been there. So hopefully he can get that going. And tonight's pick to perform is sponsored by Ditch Witch Midwest. Since 1970, Ditch Witch Midwest has been your partner for trenchers, cable plows, and directional drills. Visit ditchwitchmidwest.com.
I want to go to one more subject, Nick, that you were talking about just a little while ago. You touched on it. Face-offs. The Toronto Maple Leafs, their center contingent are all above 50% on draws, including former Blackhawks centerman David Kampf, who now occupies the third-line center position with this Toronto Maple Leaf team. But to me, you can't put all of the pressure on Jonathan Toews. All the rest of the centermen are going to have to do their share about winning draws. And the forwards, I think, have to be aware of the situation. Is it a defensive zone draw? Is it an offensive zone draw? Regardless of where it is, I think they've got to be aware of their responsibilities of trying to negate the Leafs' chances for getting puck possession after a close faceoff.
And when you're going up against guys in the Toronto Maple Leaf team that have as much success as they do at the dot, and it's a daily thing you work at practice and morning skate, Johnny, I think you just have to go in with the mentality of, I'm not going to lose this faceoff. Yeah, Austin Matthews really good on draws. David Kampf about 56%, and Pierre Engvall good at the dot as well. And John Tavares 60% at the faceoff dot this year. So while you want to go in and win it, you can't go in there with the mentality of, okay, if I win it, I win it, and if I lose it clean, then I lose it clean. That's why defensive zone faceoffs are going to be really key, and if the Blackhawks can win those, gain possession, they're not going to give the Leafs too much offensive zone time.
Jonathan Toews was 13 for 16 the other night in Montreal, but you can only go to the well so often. There are going to be times when Jonathan Toews isn't going to be on the ice because he's going to be finished with a tiring shift and he's going to be getting his win back on the bench. The next guy up has really got to take the helm and win those draws. I also want to talk about quickly, Nick, touch on this, your thoughts about the Leafs power play. They are above 30% on home ice. They're the best home ice power play in the league. No undisciplined penalties for the Hawks.
No, you cannot afford any undisciplined penalties. You're going to be able to kill off good penalties where you stand up for your teammates, but the Hawks have to make sure that they're staying out of the box because they load up on that top unit. Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, they just go all to the wall with that top unit. So the Blackhawks need to make sure no unnecessary trips to the penalty box.
All right, it's the Blackhawks and the Toronto Maple Leafs, an original six battle. This game also carried, as we mentioned, on Hockey Night in Canada. That means coast to coast and border to the Arctic Circle. Let's just say you're going to have huge viewership in this country. All eyes will be on what's going on in here in Toronto here tonight. At this time, we're going to send it down to ice level as Martina Ortiz-Louise will have both of our anthems and then the drop of the puck between the Blackhawks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Enjoy the anthems, Hawks fans.
We now ask that you please rise if you're able to, remove your hats, and join Martina Ortiz-Louise in the singing of our national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' broad glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, with glowing hearts hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Has that girl got a set of pipes or what? Wow, that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Martina Ortiz Louise. Remember that name, folks. That girl can sing. All right, let's get to the starting lineups. In goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs is going to be Peter Mrazek. Mrazek in his career against the Blackhawks is 4-2-2 with two shutouts. And folks, I'm going to correct myself. I'm looking down. Yes, no, that's correct. What I said was correct. Sorry about that. At defense for the Leafs are Jake Muzzin, along with Timothy Liljegren up front from left to right. Michael Bunting starts at left wing. Austin Matthews centers the Leafs opening line, starting at the right wing, Andre Kasha. For the Blackhawks, it's Kevin Lankinen in goal. 0-1 against the Leafs. At defense are Seth Jones and Riley Stillman. Up front from left to right, Philip Kurashev starts at left wing, centering the Hawks opening line, Dylan Strome. Dominic Kubalik starts at the right wing. Our referees tonight are Kelly Sutherland and Justin St. Pierre, the linesman Devin Berg and Scott Cherry, and we're underway in Toronto as the Hawks win the draw. Puck is tossed by Jones down the boards into the Leaf zone. Liljegren will grab it and spin it behind his net up the right wing side down into the Hawk end. Riley Stillman, the Ontario native, has the puck and moves it across to Kubalik. Kubalik at the Hawk line, chips it ahead to the Leaf line. Jake Muzzin there to Liljegren at the Leaf line on the right wing. He spun it ahead for Michael Bunting. Had the puck knocked off his stick at center ice there by the Hawks' Philip Kurashev. Andre Kasha took it back and flips it back into the Leaf zone. Hawks will make a line change. Timothy Liljegren will carry to center ice over the logo and toss the puck softly into the left wing corner Hawk end. Seth Jones was able to push it out of there, but John Tavares took it back for the Leafs, put it up the boards, but right onto the stick of Patrick Kane. He'll wheel up the right wing to center ice, hit by Alexander Kerfoot, but put the puck down into the right wing corner. Leaf end, works it free to Alex DeBrincat to Kane in the right circle. Tried to walk in front, squeeze off a shot, could not. Connor Murphy now keeps the puck in at the right point. Down to Kane in the right wing corner. Scoops it to the left point. Jake McCabe down to Alex DeBrincat in the left wing corner. Leaves the puck along the left wing half boards to himself, and then snaps it behind the Leaf net. Around it goes to the near corner. Morgan Riley there for Toronto will scale it off the left side boards deep into the Hawk zone, and once again the Leafs go for a quick change. Connor Murphy's got the puck behind the Hawk net.
14 turnovers last game against the Maple Leafs, for the Maple Leafs against the Tampa Bay Lightning. 11 of those 14 turnovers were by Leaf defensemen, Johnny. So if the Hawks can make sure that they're pressuring up ice, forcing the Maple Leaf defensemen to make decisions quicker than they want, it is without question going to lead to some success offensively. I think we got a chance to see some goals in this game.
I'd say the Leafs are pretty well set at the forward position. I think maybe some decisions still to make on their defense. You know, you got Morgan Riley and TJ Brody as the two stalwarts back there, and Jake Muzzin as well, good veteran player. But after that, you have a few questions, and I'm not surprised by that number of the turnovers. We'll find out if that factors into tonight's contest. Reese Johnson, Hawk line, passing ahead to Taves over the Leaf line on a 2-on-1 break. He shoots, he scores! First shot of the game for the Hawks. Finds the back of the Leaf net. It's Taves with a hard wrister from just inside the rim of the right wing circle. And it's 1-0 Hawks. The captain strikes again, his second goal in as many games.
Well, it's the simplicity we were talking about in the defensive zone. Great quick up off the wall by Connor Murphy. Gets a little support there as well from Reese Johnson. Tough to see if he touched it or not, but he continued the puck forward. And the captain in a 2-on-1 situation, love the mentality, drifts the puck into that, perfectly placed off the far side post and in. And with that Jonathan Taves goal, Time to break out the Bandito, Johnny. Celebrate every Blackhawk goal with Bandito Yankee Tequila. And the goal by Taves is sponsored by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check out Chevy Shop, Click and Drive. Shop online 24/7 at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Make mine a Bandito. Here into the Hawk zone. Bunting down the left wing off a handoff from Matthews. He'll spin it in behind the Hawk net. Kasha checks Calvin DeHaan there, who frees himself from that hit and put a pass up the right wing side. Taves became entangled with Bunting, who took the puck away. Here's Bunting down the left side, firing. A stick save made by Kevin Lankinen. Loose puck to the near boards, and Reese Johnson chopped it off the stick of Jake Muzzin, who went for a tumble, and this is going to put the Leafs on the power play that we talked about. So, big moment early on here for the Hawks and a big penalty kill.
Chicago penalty number 52, 2 minutes for tripping.
And a power play that has been not red hot, Johnny, it's been white hot. You look at their last 4 games, 8 power play goals in their last 4 games. That's 2 PPGs per game. And they have an opportunity now about 2.5 minutes in to try and respond after the go-ahead goal by the captain.
And the draw won by the Hawks as Ryan Carpenter skewers it away. Behind the net now, McCabe will drive it around the left wing boards and down into the Leaf end. Morgan Riley claims the puck and back skates out to center ice. Riley over the center ice circle, dropping it back to Kasha. Leaf line, he'll step ahead to center ice, give it to Austin Matthews, to John Tavares. Over the Hawk line to the left half boards, put it back to Riley left point, to Nylander right point. Now to Matthews, top of the right circle, to Tavares left circle, closes in and fires, and he scores. Play goal for the Leafs. They tie the game at 1. Just what we were talking about. The Blackhawks cannot afford to take any of these kinds of penalties because the Leafs will just rip you apart. They capitalize and tie the score at 1.
And just a shot from the outside as well. Maple Leafs are able to work it from one side to the other. Matthews to John Tavares, and he just moves towards the net on the right circle to Kevin Lankinen's right. And it looks like he's got it, and then the puck just barely dribbles over the goal line as he tries to squeeze that left hand, the glove hand, to the stomach area, and it just drifts right through him. A shot from Tavares beats Lankinen on the power play, and just like that, we got a tie hockey game.
For Tavares, that's his 13th on the season, 5th on the power play. And 1-1 as we rejoin the play at the Leaf line. Philip Kurashev came along, grabs the puck in his glove, drops it to a stick, advances it deep into the Leaf zone to the far corner, then lost it. Kubalik got it back, top of the left circle, fires it down toward the net, deflected on goal by Strome, but turned wide. Kurashev in a high slot to the Hahn left point, hammers a shot over the net. Puck rides around to Seth Jones' right point. Put it down the boards, picked off by Muzzin. He'll fire it down to the Hawk blue line. Calvin DeHaan there for the Hawks. Will pass ahead to Kurashev, Leaf line on the left wing, and he'll fire it down in behind the Leaf net. This is directed to center ice by Muzzin. Leafs get it back. Pierre Engvall will flip it back deep into the Leaf zone. Muzzin is there to get it. Put it over to Liljegren. And ahead now to the Leaf line, Nylander. Back to Muzzin, Leaf zone to Liljegren. He'll spin it ahead for Nylander. Short of the Hawk line. He deflects the puck off the end boards of the Hawk zone. Then Nylander's in to get the puck in the right wing corner. To Alexander Kerfoot back in the net. Kerfoot spun into the boards there by Stillman. Kerfoot winds it around to Brody to the high slot. Nylander, and he'll hammer a one-timer wide. Morgan Riley following up with a shot from the left point. Kicked out of there by Lankinen. Nylander with the puck now at the right point, spinning away from Kirby Dach. Nylander racing over to the left wing circle, spins, hands it to Tavares in the slot. Couldn't get a clean shot away. Kerfoot there to clean up the damage and moving out to the line. Riley, a long wrist shot from the left point, and a glove save is made by Lankinen, who all of a sudden has gotten very busy in the Hawk crease.
And it's been a great response from him. The Blackhawks, after conceding that power play goal to the Toronto Maple Leafs, had a couple of shifts in the offensive zone. And they got to come back and defend a little bit as Kevin Lankinen has made a couple of good stops off of a power play goal, Johnny, that I think he probably should have had. Tavares from the outside of the dot position. Really nobody between him and the net, no big screen. And I think one that Kevin Lankinen is going to want to have back, but he has responded with 3 or 4 really nice saves since giving up the goal.
Now the draw to Lankinen's right. Jonathan Taves will step in and take it against Austin Matthews. The drop of the puck, Matthews wins it to Kasha along the left boards, put it out to the line. Carpenter pokes it to center ice. And Robbins, the young defenseman for the Leafs, is going to get the gate for interference here. A hustling play by Ryan Carpenter forced the kid Christian Robbins, a Latvian native, to have to interfere.
56, minor for difference.
So there's the call. The Hawks will get their first feeling good Sitco power play of the night.
Well, this is all about effort and sweat from Ryan Carpenter. A poor pass in the offensive zone from Toronto and trying to get it back to their defense. Rubens, and great work from Ryan Carpenter to keep his feet moving the whole way, winning the race to the loose puck. And now the Blackhawks look to respond on a power play of their own.
From the draw, the Hawks control. Jones fed it out down to the bottom of the left circle. Carpenter, he put it in front for Taves, who fired one high and wide. Jones again at the right point. Down to Kane beside the right wing circle. Moving to the corner, spins it behind the Leaf net. Muzzin picks this off. And then Taves steps into Muzzin in the near corner. Muzzin works the puck free ahead to Kasha between the circles. He'll step ahead and start a short-handed break for himself. 1 against 3 Hawks. Into the Hawk zone, twisting away at the line. Lost the puck to Taves, who then lost the puck to TJ Brody at the Leaf blue line. Brody put it over to Morgan Riley, and he'll fire the puck all the way down. 1:19 on the Hawks' first power play. Lankinen doesn't see the oncoming Kerfoot coming in behind him behind the Hawk net. Lankinen unloads the puck to the far corner to Jones. Passing up the left wing Taves Hawk line. He whips it back down the boards deeper into the Hawk zone to Kane, and he'll carry through center ice. Kane shot it in over the Leaf line along the right boards. Carpenter tried to bat it down to the corner there for DeBrincat. This is intercepted by Nylander of the Leafs, and he'll clear it down. 52 seconds left on the Hawk power play. Seth Jones carries to center ice. Turns and flings the puck back into the Hawk zone to Kane. He'll carry through center. Got it to DeBrincat over the line. To Kane down the side to DeBrincat, and he'll fire for the right wing side. And a sprawling kick save is made by Mrazek, who then gloves the puck to the ice to the left of the crease and holds it there. Great chance there for the Hawks.
Well, we've seen that a couple of occasions over the last few games as Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane coming with speed through the neutral zone on the power play, trying to catch the Maple Leaf penalty killers sleeping. They almost do as they work their way through 3 Maple Leaf penalty killers, and it's Kane to Cat on the back door, the right-hand side. Just not able to get that puck up into the attic of the net. A good stop from Mrazek, but great opportunity on the PP.
Second unit out there for the Hawks. Kurashev kept the puck alive left point, put it down beside the Leaf net to Kirby Dach. Fed the left circle to Strome. He'll fire, and looked like Mrazek got just a bit of a blocker on that. Doc got the puck behind the Leaf net. Put it around to the right wing corner for Kubalik. Had it scraped off his stick. Held in at the line, though, by Kurashev. Moves it to the left point. Gustafsson sent it back across for Strome. This bounces off the boards to Strome high slot. To Gustafsson, top of the left circle. Fires. Blocked by Justin Hall. Loose puck in front of the net. Taken out of there by Strome with a hustling play. Here's Strome with 3 seconds on the power play. To Kurashev, right wing corner, walks in front, couldn't get a shot away. Strome got it and fires, and Mrazek is down with a butterfly save as the Leafs come to full strength. Loose puck in the right wing corner. Kurashev knocks it out of there, fends off a check. Kurashev sends it high slot. Murphy, long wrist shot, blocker save made by Mrazek. Murphy hustles over to the left wing boards to keep the puck alive. Put it into the left wing corner. Kurashev tried to work it free, and now it's in Murphy's skates in the left circle. Then to the line now to Josiah Slavin. To Murphy, right wing corner, and he'll send it in behind the Leaf net. Hall and Ryan Carpenter were entangled there, and now Robbins, the guy that served the 2 minutes for the Leafs, will carry the puck to center and flip it down into the Hawk zone. Murphy handles between the circles. Leafs and line change.
Great shift on the last 30 seconds of the Blackhawks power play from that second unit, forcing 3 or 4 failed clearances from the Maple Leafs, able to go to work in the offensive zone. Love to see that from the second unit.
Now Morgan Riley, far corner Leaf end, put the puck out toward the left point. Josiah Slavin's able to keep it alive there for a moment, then lost it as it's batted to center ice. Michael Bunting at the Hawk line. Andre Kasha over the line, down the left wing, firing a backhander, and a glove save made by Lankinen. He decides to hold on for the whistle. We get a stoppage in play. 12-12 left in the first here in Toronto. Hawks and Leafs tied up at 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, you can bet on your favorite team with the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Right now, FanDuel is giving you $100 in free bets when you sign up. No deposit required. To sign up, check out FanDuel Sportsbook and Racetrack in East St. Louis, formerly Fairmount Park. While you're there, bet, watch, and win on live horse races and sports from all over. Head on over to FanDuel Sportsbook and Horse Racing to get in on the action.
Must be 21 and older and present in Illinois. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. $10 minimum deposit required to withdraw any winnings. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery. Slash delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Have you thought about investing in cryptocurrency, but you don't know where to start? Bitcoin of America is a secure platform that makes it easy to buy and sell cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin and Litecoin. It takes less than 1 minute to register your account to buy Bitcoin online or at any of their Bitcoin ATM locations. Bitcoin of America is safe. They're registered with the U.S. Department of Treasury. Log on to bitcoinofamerica.org. Use promo code WGN720 when registering for 2 free trades. That's bitcoinofamerica.org.
The lady who's working hard to enrich your life, Anna Duplantis. Weekdays 1 to 4. Now back to Blackhawks hockey.
Welcome back to T.O. Hawks fans. 1-1. The captain on the board, John Tavares, able to answer. I do want to let the Blackhawk fans out there know they can celebrate Marc-Andre Fleury's 500th National Hockey League win with a commemorative flower T-shirt available at cbhshop.com. I got to get me one of those.
Yeah.
These tees are available through December 13th, so not a lot of time, but you want to make sure you get your hands on them. So get yours before they're gone. Shop at cbhshop.com.
You parents of goaltenders, this is a must-give to your kid for a holiday gift. So
if I was a goalie and I get to open
Just
that
saying.
on Christmas Day, I would be ecstatic.
Yep. Just saying, I think it'd be a good idea. Inside the Hawk zone in the near corner, Kasha rolled off a check, carries behind the net and fed the puck up the slot, picked off by Carpenter, and he'll spin and fire a backhander to center ice. Taken back now at the Leaf blue line. Here's Riley with a pass ahead. This deflects down behind the Hawk net. Lankinen plays it quickly to McCabe behind the net. Put it around for Kane. Rolled off his stick. Murphy corrals it in front of the net. Bothered by Kasha. Murphy will backhand it around to the right point, but is kept in there by TJ Brody. And he put it across now in the near circle. Riley then had the puck at his skates, lost it. Slavin put it off the glass down ice into the Leaf zone. Brody back to get it. Hawks make a line change. Brody to Morgan Riley. Gave it away at center ice to Kirby Dach. Feeds to brink it in over the Leaf line down the right wing, and he fires a shot and a blocker save made by Mrazek. Dach took it back left point. Put the puck right point. Gustafsson fires a pass into the slot. This hit a stick. Taken away by Riley. He'll fire it up ice for Nylander. Over his stick and down and on Lankinen, who clears the puck up the left wing to center ice to break it. Now to Gustafsson, Hawk line. To Kane, Leaf line right wing. Unloads it down to the right wing corner. Timothy Liljegren there to get it for the Leafs. Put a pass up the left wing to his countryman, William Nylander. Here's Nylander to center ice. He had the overtime goal against the Hawks in the game at the United Center in October. Nylander put it behind the net. Taken by Tavares. Put it in front for Nylander. He shoots and scores. So a goal in each game for William Nylander, and a perfect setup by John Tavares from in behind the Hawk net. It's 2-1 Leafs.
A little bit of a breakdown in coverage. It was a rush chance for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It was Nylander who carried it in out of his own zone. Comes the whole way through 3 zones. Was able to put it to an area where Tavares wins the battle. He wins the race against Calvin DeHaan, and then Seth Jones goes to the puck carrier as well. So you got 2 Blackhawk defensemen going to Tavares. Kirby Dach a step slow coming back, and Nylander able to bury it on a backhand pass from Tavares. And the Toronto Maple Leafs have their first lead of the night.
For Nylander, that's his 13th on the season from John Tavares at 9:14 of period number 1. Face-off will be just outside the Hawk blue line at center ice.
In that situation, Johnny, when you see 2 defensemen go to the puck carrier, if you're the first guy back, which Kirby Dach was, you have to get back to the net in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
He was just a step slow. He didn't pick it up right away. If he does, he's able to lift the stick of Nylander. He never gets that chance. So just some broken coverage coming back. And the Hawks are now down by 1.
Taves is able to poke the puck free in the right corner, worked around to the left point, and Riley Stillman hammers a shot. Glove save is made by Mrazek. He'll hold it there. Whistling a face-off in the circle to Mrazek's right. Now 10.5 left in period number 1. 2-1 Leafs.
Good to see the Hawks getting another shot on goal. Peter Mrazek, Joe Brandt said it in the pregame show, hasn't played since October 30th. That was the last NHL game that he played in. He's allowed 7 goals against 2 games and has missed a lot of this year with a groin injury.
From the draw, Stillman, top of the left circle, fires. Stopped by Mrazek with the pads, and then the puck laid about 2 feet out from the top of the crease. Taves was trying to get there. He was held up with a hook from Nick Ritchie, and no penalty is called. You got Wayne Simmons trying to mix it up with a couple of Hawk players who are all holding their discipline. And I can understand Taves' beef there. Actually, it was David Camp that was also restraining him from getting to that loose puck.
Yeah, was kind of holding on to Johnny's stick in his hands, and he couldn't get those hands free to pick up the rebound, which was laying there as Mrazek sprawled and was able to pounce on that puck and not allow any Blackhawks to be able to get to the loose puck. But some real good opportunities for the Hawks shooting, making sure that they're testing a goaltender who has not played a National Hockey League game in quite some time.
Sure. A couple of old teammates, Dylan Strome and David Camp, face off. Strome wins the draw, but then all of a sudden, Ritchie reaching out, took the puck away, clears it down to the Hawk blue line. Calvin DeHaan will take it and backskate down in front of his net, put the puck over near corner to Jones. That pass put him in a bad position. Then Wayne Simmons took the puck and lifts it back to the near point. This is over Robbins' stick and down into the Leaf end. Robbins on the double back to get it, shot the puck to center ice. Seth Jones shot it to the Leaf line. Dylan Strome now took it away to Kubalik. He's in over the Leaf line, down the left wing, stopping on the half boards, fed it left point. DeHaan to Jones on the right wing half boards, to DeHaan backing up from the deep slot to the right point. Gave it to Jones right corner, sharp angle shot, and it looked like it hit the mask of Mrazek and ricochets out. At least they're able to clear as Ritchie pokes it to center ice.
Love to see Seth Jones activating from the point. He was able to get that shot on net about a foot and a half from the goal line to the left of Peter Mrazek.
Now Kane to DeBrincat over the Leaf line to Stillman deep slot. Pumps a one-timer on goal and a blocker save made by Mrazek. Here Leafs coming the other way. Their fourth line gets involved. Kyle Clifford will spin the puck down behind the Hawk net. Pierre Engvall there lost it as it's poked away by Gustafsson. And now Stillman will grab the puck and use the glass on the near side to chip it through the air to center ice. Morgan Riley there in front of the penalty boxes, works it free. Riley out over the center ice circle will now backhand it down to the right wing corner, Hawk in. Gustafsson went to play the puck. He was hit there by Kyle Clifford. Clifford, the former St. Louis Blue and Los Angeles King, mixing it up a bit with the Hawks. And then Stillman tied up Clifford and took him down. This will be a penalty here to the Hawks, Riley Stillman. He and Clifford were simply battling for position. Clifford went down, and Stillman's trying to plead his case to the referee, that very thing, but the referee is turning a deaf ear. We'll have a Leaf power play when we return with 8:39 left in the first here in Toronto. 2-1 in favor of the Leafs. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Get me to a microphone. I need to broadcast.
See 4abc.com for details. With heating prices set to soar and energy costs on the rise, there has never been a better time to replace your old furnace with a new high-efficiency unit. Right now, get a new furnace installed with $0 down and payment as low as $49 per month. Schedule at 4abc.com. That's the number 4abc.com. For all your service and installation needs, trust ABC and consider it done.
How many people can say they've had part of their spine removed? Well, me for one. I'm Jeff. And though it sounds impossible, that's what my team at Northwestern Medicine did. I had a rare spinal bone cancer, which brought my neuro-oncologist and neurosurgeon together to create the treatment plan that saved my life.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, top 10 in the nation for both neurosurgery and cancer by U.S. News and World Report, Jeff's team took on and treated his 1 in a million condition. They removed a large section of his spine and the tumor in one piece because spilling just one cell would risk spreading cancer throughout his body. They then rebuilt his spine with a metal frame.
I was in surgery for 14 hours, but that's nothing compared to all the time I've gotten back.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Home mortgage rates are low. Get a free and fast home finance review with Marquette Bank. NMLS number 462926. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, Hawks fans. 8:39 to go. Toronto Maple Leafs lead 2-1. They got another power play. Their first goal of the game was on the power play. The Hawks trying to kill this one off and go back to work in an even strength situation.
Now Now Tavares will face off with Jonathan Toews. Circle to Lankinen's right. Toews wins this one. McCabe grabs the puck behind the net. Send it ahead for Ryan Carpenter. Hit the Hawk line. He'll chip it ahead down into the Leaf zone. Morgan Riley back to get the puck, and he'll take it and go for a little skate down beside his net, then out. Riley to center ice, looking back into the Leaf zone. Sent the puck back there to Matthews. He'll carry through center ice, put it in over the Hawk line. Tavares along the left boards to Matthews, who carries down behind the Hawk net, then to the right corner. Send it out to the right point for Nylander, and he missed the pass, and it slides all the way down into the Leaf end. Hawks change up a couple of their penalty killers. On come Brandon Hagel and Reese Johnson. Leafs attack. Nylander over the Hawk line down the right wing. Snaps it behind the net. Around it goes to Tavares on the left half boards. He spins it behind the Hawk net. McCabe will free it to the far corner to Johnson, who sent it across the rink but not out. Kept in by Riley left point. Down to Nylander along the left wing boards to Riley left point. Now to the right circle. And Matthews will fire, and a blocker save is made by Lankinen. And then Reese Johnson was sent into the boards. He didn't have the puck. He went down, and that could have been an interference call, but the officials decided not to call it. McCabe will fire the puck off the boards and down anyway. 43 seconds left on the Leaf power play. Wayne Simmons takes a pass out to center ice, then gave it up the Hawk line. Carpenter there for the Hawks. Decides to fire it off the right side boards and down.
Third strong play on this penalty kill for Ryan Carpenter, out for his second shift on the same PK. Now they're defending well off the rush, holding the blue line, not giving any time or space to Wayne Simmons.
Engvall to Bunting over the Hawk line left point, leaves the puck there to Muzzin. Spun it into the high slot. Carpenter ties up his man, that's Bunting, and then uses his skate to kick the puck over the blue line to center ice. Leafs get it back, 10 on their power play. Muzzin steps into the Hawk zone left point, put the puck down the boards behind the net. Lankinen stopping it there for the Hond, who winds it around to Slavin, Hawk line. He'll clear it all the way down. An effective penalty kill for the Hawks. Stillman is out of the box, and the Hawks are at full strength.
Able to gain some momentum now for the Hawks. Find a way to stay out of the penalty box moving forward. You keep taking penalties, you're only playing with fire.
Yep. Now Liljegren set the puck down the boards into the Hawk zone. It winds around to the near side. DeBrincat's got it on the right wing side. Gave it up, though, to Kyle Clifford, who runs into Connor Murphy at the Hawk blue line. Clifford put the puck into the left wing corner Hawk zone. DeBrincat back to retrieve it to Murphy near corner. Firing it up ice for Kirby Dach over the center ice circle. And this pass may have hit Liljegren and then ends up down in behind the Leaf net. Liljegren back to get it, put it around to Brody. Ahead now to Kerfoot over the Hawk line on the right wing. Oh, and he is hit by Riley Stillman. And that was a knee-on-knee kind of a hit. Kerfoot goes down, and another penalty will be assessed here to the Hawks. Another Leaf power play when we return with 5:56 left in the first. It's 2-1 Toronto. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
For our best deals of the season, check out the Hyundai Getaway sales event. With winter-only savings on all Hyundai vehicles and new cars arriving daily, it's the perfect time to get a Hyundai. It's your journey. Own it at the Hyundai Getaway sales event. Sign and drive today on our most popular models with zero due-it signing, zero down payment, and zero security deposit. Or choose 0% APR financing. See your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer today. Offers end January 3rd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
When you wake up and choose McDonald's, every morning is a chance to unwrap a delightful and delicious breakfast. It's the golden recipe to making any season merry and bright. Start the day with comfort and joy when you buy one select breakfast sandwich and get another for just $1. Order a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, a sausage McMuffin with egg, a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles, and get a second for $1. That's double the goodness to cozy up with all season long. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Bob Surratt.
That old DJ is worth listening to.
Bob Surratt, start your day.
2-1 Maple Leafs lead just under 6 minutes to go in the first period. The Leafs back to the power play, and our 12 days of holiday cheer will help spread joy for the Blackhawks spirit among fans near and far. Today's deal is the Blackhawks go-to drinkware from Yeti. Visit Blackhawks.com/12 days to see more of today's item and more from CBH Shop.
Riley Stillman sitting it out for 2 minutes for tripping. Penalty at 14:04 of period number 1. Nick made a great point off the air. When you're in a position like that and you're trying to defend and you're moving at an opponent to check him, and the opponent stops suddenly, it's hard to stop your momentum when you're just trying to get a piece of the guy. And this was a knee-to-knee kind of a contact. It seemed like both players were okay, but Stillman will be sitting it out for 2 minutes. Leafs on their third power play of the game, 1 for 2. In behind the Hawk net, Tavares takes a pass. Moves it to Matthews near the right point. Back down to Tavares next to the net. Fed it out to the right point. This is Morgan Riley this time. Riley sends it over top of the left circle. Nylander, he shoots. Lankinen makes the save. The rebound. Matthews shoots and scores. Off the give from Andre Kasha. It's another power play goal. The Leafs are 2 for 3 on their power play and lead the game 3-1.
And that's now 10 power play goals in their last 5 games for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They'd have 5 straight games where they have 2 power play goals in a single game. And the original shot from William Nylander falls right to Andre Kasha, just to the right of Kevin Lankinen. Kasha scored 2 goals against the Tampa Bay Lightning last game from that same spot. In this time, Lankinen commits. He thinks Kasha's going to shoot it, but he sends it right back to the net front, where Austin Matthews has a wide open 6x4, and Lankinen well out of position. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are ahead by 2.
So for Matthews, number 18 on the season, number 7 on the power play from Andre Kasha. And the Leafs with the 3-1 lead. A lot of hockey left to be played. A long time left on the clock. 5:08 left in period number 1. As we rejoin the play deep in the Hawk zone, David Kampf walks it from the right corner out in front and fires. That's blocked. Here's a shot from Robbins from the slot. And that was turned wide. Loose puck in the left wing corner, Nick Ritchie. Leaves it there for Wayne Simmons. And Dylan Strome trying to reach in and pry it free. Seth Jones does. He'll chip it up the right boards down to the Leaf blue line. Christians Robbins there to get it. Put it over to David Kampf in front of the Leafs bench, and he flings it back, and this deflects up and out of play. We get a whistle stopping play. Nylander picks up the second assist on the Matthews goal.
That's another goal from Austin Matthews, who's just having an unbelievable season. And a little bit earlier this year, Johnny scored his 200th goal. Yeah. It was the fastest to do it since Alexander Ovechkin did it back in 2009. Ovi got 200 and 296 career games played for Matthews. It was 200 goals in 338 games. So he is just a star, a stud in every way, and has his fingerprints on the score sheet here in the first.
Terrific young talent. He will be a member of Team USA at some point, whether that be in the Olympics, which I understand is something of a question these days, or maybe in international competition, maybe the World Championships, as Tavares' shot hits the glass and deflects up into the protective netting in the Hawk end. Shots on goal favoring Toronto, 11-9. If you just joined us, the Hawks scored the first goal of the game at the 1:53 mark. Jonathan Toews connecting for his second of the season and second in as many games from Reese Johnson. Then the Leafs roared back with 3 goals of their own, 2 on the power play, Tavares, Nylander, and Matthews. Draw circle to the left of Lankinen, and the Hawks will get it. Murphy behind the net off the give from McCabe, passing up the right side. Reese Johnson deflects it ahead to Brandon Hagel. He'll deflect the puck into the Leaf zone. Back to get it, Jake Muzzin. Moves it across the rink. Tavares took it there at center ice on the right wing and shot it ahead for Kerfoot. It's over a stick and down. McCabe banks it behind the Hawk net into the near corner. Connor Murphy playing the puck ahead to center ice for Hagel. Deflects off his stick and down and on Mrazek. And the Leaf goaltender will swing it up the right side to TJ Brody, then to William Nylander. Nylander through center and in over the Hawk line, stopping near the left point. Bothered by Murphy, put it down the boards. This is picked off by Reese Johnson. Tried to fling it across the rink and did. Over in front of the Hawks bench, Hagel grabs the puck. And he'll stick it ahead down the right side boards into the near corner Leaf end. Brody then slams the puck off the boards and down to the Hawk blue line. Seth Jones has it there, backing up in the Hawk zone, passing up the left wing now. Patrick Kane at center ice. He dumps it down to the inboards Leaf zone. Alex DeBrincat sweeping in to try and get it. Runs into Brody, and then Kyle Clifford pulls it free. He'll move it around up the right side. Alex Steves, young Leaf centerman who sent it ahead to center ice, picked off by the Hawks to Brinkett. To Kane over the Leaf line. He'll fire from the right circle. Shoulder save is made by Mrazek, who didn't know where the puck was, and then he kind of jockeyed his left arm, and the puck fell out. Whistle stops play, and now it appears Alex DeBrincat has caught a high stick. And let's see if we're going to get a penalty out of this. Andre Kasha, talking it over with referee Kelly Sutherland, is probably telling him, you got to be responsible for your stick no matter what.
Toronto penalty number 25, 2 minutes for high sticking.
There it is.
Talk about an opportunity now for the Blackhawks to try and respond. And that whole opportunity offensively, John, for the Blackhawks. A quick up from Seth Jones. He caught the Toronto Maple Leafs right in the middle of a change. Quick up to Patrick Kane on the right-hand side, and Peter Mrazek is well on top of his crease to make the stop. The Hawks are able to go to work and draw the penalty.
Second fueling good Sitco power play for the Hawks. They own the puck. Here's to break it left circle. Shanks a one-timer. Tumbles to the inboards. Taves tried to get it back and scoop it back to DeBrincat, but this is picked off by Justin Hull, and he'll send it all the way down ice.
That play was there. Looking for Alex DeBrincat on his one-timer side. The Maple Leafs a little bit late, a little slow coming over. So if the Hawks can find a way, bait them to Kane's side, look across at DeBrincat, I think that play will be there.
Kane sends it over the Leaf line to Taves along the left boards. He fed the left point to Jones, who shot it across to the right point for Carpenter. He had trouble with the pass, and it deflects to center ice. Jones brought it back into the Leaf zone, put it to Kane along the right boards, to Carpenter, right wing corner. Winds it around to Taves along the left boards. He had to lift the stick of Nylander to get to that puck and clear it back to the point, but it spills to center ice. Hawks get it back and re-attack into the Leaf end. Seth Jones in the high slot to Dominic Kubalik along the left wing boards. Put it across Kane, right wing circle. His next assist will be career number 700. Kane backing up to the corner, pressured by Engvall. Trying to flip the puck to the right point, but Seth Jones was over in the deep slot area, and the puck slides down into the Hawk end. 45 seconds left on the Hawk power play. Kubalik along the right boards. Sent it across to the oncoming Philip Kurashev to Kirby Dach at center ice and in over the Leaf line, stopping high slot. Gave it to Dylan Strome down the slot. He toe drags it down behind the net and tried to jam it off Mrazek's pads. Here's Gustafsson with a follow-up shot from the left point. Stick save made by Mrazek. Hawks have 20 more seconds on the power play. Kubalik with a bomb from the top of the right circle. Hits Mrazek and deflects up into the protective netting. Now 19 seconds left on the Hawk power play with 1:19 left in the first. 3-1 Toronto. This faceoff will stay in the Leaf zone in the circle to Mrazek's left.
Similar to the earlier power play that the Blackhawks had when the second unit has come out, Johnny, in the final 40 or 30 seconds. They've been able to generate some great chances there. Gustafsson from the point, looking to the right-hand side for Dominic Kubalik as he let a cannon shot go. And a real nice shoulder save for Peter Mrazek.
Off the draw, Hawks control. Kurashev in the left circle. Put the puck behind the net to Kirby Dach, tried to feed it in front. Mrazek lays the paddle of his goal stick down to stop the pass, and then the puck is pinned against the side of the net for a whistle. 9 seconds left on the Hawk power play.
Hunting the puck too there, working in perfect harmony. Dylan Strome and Kirby Dach sealing off any areas where the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to try and clear the puck out. Winning races to loose pucks and able to generate a couple of chances. So while the first unit has struggled a bit in connecting with one another in the offensive zone, Johnny, I've been really happy with what I've seen from the second unit.
Yeah.
Though they haven't gotten a lot of opportunities. If the first power play unit continues to struggle, be interested to see if, as the game goes along, does Derek King maybe start the second unit, give them a little bit more time since the passing's been a little bit more crisp and they've been able to get a couple of more opportunities towards the net.
You see Dylan Strome out there, Nick, a little more jump in his game, and Derek King has said he wants Dylan to stay in the play longer, not give up on it too early, and I think we've seen that here tonight.
Absolutely, playing with a little bit of jump. Now he's got some friends and family in the crowd. That's going to only add to the energy that he's got.
Kubalik from the right circle, a one-timer. Pad save is made by Mrazek. Leafs at full strength. We're under a minute to play in the first. 3-1 Toronto. In the left wing corner, Kurashev put the puck in behind Mrazek. It's taken away by the Leafs. Muzzin head to Kasha over the Hawk blue line to Liljegren in the right wing corner. Put it behind the net for Kasha. Murphy bumped him, and the puck is taken in the left wing corner by Kerfoot, who sent it out to the blue line intended for Hall, but it hopped over his stick down to the Leaf line. Ball sent it ahead now to Matthews. It's past his stick deep into the Hawk zone. Murphy back to get the puck beside the net. Moves it ahead to Slavin, to Carpenter, in over the leaf line on the right wing. To Josiah Slavin along the right boards. Pokes the puck down toward the corner. Brandon Hagel battling there with Robbins. 14 seconds on the clock. Puck taken out by Matthews. To Kasha between the circles. Now to Matthews at center ice. Crossing in over the Hawk line. Lost the puck along the far boards. Carpenter will backhand it to center ice, and the period will end. The Leafs will take a 3-1 lead into the dressing rooms after 20 minutes. The shots on goal for period number 1 favor the Hawks, 12-11. But it was the Leafs' power play that's the main factor and the difference in this game. They are 2 for 3 so far, and hence the 2-goal lead. But you just can't tempt fate with this Toronto Maple Leaf power play.
I kind of want to go down there, Johnny, and put a padlock on the Blackhawks penalty box, because it's just almost a foregone conclusion more times than not. When the Maple Leafs get an opportunity on the man advantage, they're going to convert. They just have too much offense on that unit. They load up on their first power play, but the Blackhawks were able to force a couple of turnovers and giveaways they just couldn't quite capitalize on. So no doubt the talk in the dressing room moving forward, especially in this intermission, is going to be, guys, stay out of the penalty box, because if you do, the game could get ugly.
Yeah, you look at this Leafs team statistically, Nick, they tend to get stronger as the game goes on, and they've already got a 3-1 lead. So a lot of work to do for the Hawks in this one, but they've got 2 periods to get it done.
Yeah, and the Toronto Maple Leafs were a team last year that led the National Hockey League in goals for in the first period. So the Hawks get out of the first, down by 2, try and clean things up in the second and third.
All right, as we said, 1 period in the books. Joe Brand standing by in Blackhawk Central, waiting to give you good folks a full intermission report, and that'll be followed by action back here in the place that they refer to as the center of the hockey universe, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where if the Leafs get off to a great start in their season, they're already planning the parade route in October. Our engineer Paul Gatz just kind of giving me a wink there. 3-1 in favor of the Leafs after 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Sounds like someone's in the mood for something delicious. Maybe something spicy? Something savory like steak, or sweet like cheesecake. Something special, that craving. What is it? Amex is here to help you find out. Now you can get a taste of something different. Reserve exclusive tables at some of the best places in town with Amex Platinum. Hundreds of sought-after restaurants, thousands of new dishes. One of the many reasons you're with Amex Platinum. Visit americanexpress.com/withplatinum. Terms apply.
Are you living with pain? Putting off treatment? At North Shore University Health System's Orthopedic and Spine Institute, we're committed to caring for you safely. Online, on the phone, or in person. Practicing the latest safety protocols. As Illinois' only hospital dedicated to patients with neck, back, and joint issues, we work together with one goal. Your goal. Living your life pain-free. So don't delay. Get the care you need now. Visit northshore.org/ortho.
What gets you revved up? Maybe it's heading toward that next adventure, driving farther and exploring more. Or maybe it's just spending less time worrying and more time doing. Whatever it is, Citgo is here to help with top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline. With continuous use, it helps keep engine parts clean for a smooth ride and maximizes your mileage to get more life out of every tank. Now that's gas you can feel good about. Go rev up with Tri-Clean gasoline at your locally owned Citgo station today.
What could be better than a thick, crispy, cheesy to the edge Detroit-style pizza? How about the best Detroit-style pizza? You won't find it in a hut, and it definitely doesn't come from a focus group or a committee. Nope. Because the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet only comes from Detroit, and it's made by Jets. Jets Detroit-style pizza. Better because it has to be.
Looking for some fun things to do this and every weekend? Listen for our Xfinity On The Go Things to Do reports every Friday at 11:40 for the city and suburbs. We'll give you 5 great suggestions, reminders of things you won't want to miss, and some new things you never even thought about. Wherever you go, make sure Xfinity is your on-the-go provider, and we'll get you great ideas for weekend fun after Speed Jokes at 11:35 and before the Bright Side at 11:50. Listen for the Xfinity On The Go Things to Do report with me, John Williams.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
It's time for an intermission update. Here's Joe Brand.
Jonathan Taves with his second goal in as many games, but the Blackhawks having some trouble staying out of the penalty box. A couple of power play goals for Toronto. The Maple Leafs leading 3-1 after one period up in Toronto. It's hockey night in Canada, and the Maple Leafs in front of the Blackhawks right now. There are more than a handful of games going on in the NHL tonight, 12 to be exact. Let's start in St. Louis, where the Blues lead the Canadiens 1-0. They're through one period over in St. Louis. The Capitals and Sabres are tied up at 1. Former Blackhawk Vinny Hinostroza scoring for Buffalo in that one. They're also through one period. Penguins with a 1-0 lead over the Anaheim Ducks through 20 minutes so far. Devils and Islanders are scoreless about halfway through the first period there. New York still looking for their first win in their new UBS Arena. Other games going on later tonight. The Flyers are visiting the Arizona Coyotes. Blue Jackets are on the road against the Seattle Kraken. Boston Bruins face the Calgary Flames on the road. Carolina Hurricanes visit the Oilers in Edmonton. A couple of heavy hitter matchups there with the Hurricanes at 18-6-1, Edmonton at 16-9-0. The Minnesota Wild are trying to stretch out their NHL leading 8-game winning streak. They're visiting the LA Kings tonight. Dallas Stars are on the road against the San Jose Sharks. And one final that happened much earlier today, the Ottawa Senators shutting out the Tampa Bay Lightning, ending Tampa Bay's winning streak, and also Brady Tkachuk, his first hat trick. Senators with a 4-0 win. Around the NHL, after undergoing surgery to repair a torn meniscus, Dallas goaltender Ben Bishop, unfortunately, is calling it a career. Bishop had surgery last October. He began a conditioning stint in the AHL last week, but he gave up 8 goals. Bishop was the goaltender for the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2015 when the Blackhawks won their third Stanley Cup in 6 years. Also, Gary Bettman says that Olympic participation is up to the NHL players. There's no deadline to withdraw from the Olympics, but there will be financial costs if it hits after January 10th. Right now, if a player tests positive for COVID in Beijing, they might have to quarantine for up to 3 weeks. That is a big holdoff from going to the Olympics right now. Speaking of COVID protocol, the COVID protocol depleted Bulls are in Miami tonight. Ayo Dosunmu now finding his way in COVID protocol. Stanley Johnson as well. Alex Caruso is available, though. The Bears are in Green Bay tomorrow night for Sunday Night Football. Akeem Hicks is now listed as out. College basketball tonight, Notre Dame takes down Kentucky, number 10 Kentucky, that is, 66-62. Illinois falls short of an upset over number 11 Arizona. Wildcats beat the Illini 83-79. Illinois State tops Chicago State 80-71. Eastern Illinois falls to Butler 66-54. UIC beats Central Michigan 71-67. Again, it's 3-1 Maple Leafs up in Toronto. The Blackhawks visiting and finishing off their road trip. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll bring in Nick Olczyk to break down that first 20 minutes up in Canada. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago's very own WGN. When and where you want us.
From residential elevators to stair lifts to wheelchair ramps and more, the pros at Access Elevator provide dignity and independence to persons with disability and mobility issues. This is the company that will help you and your loved ones age in place. The pros at Access Elevator are experts that you can trust. They have a personal, caring, friendly service team that covers all of Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. To schedule a free in-home or Zoom video mobility assessment, call 844-IL-LIFTS or visit allaboutaccess.com.
There is one thing about Christmas that never changes.
Oh, what is that?
Happy Christmas is a big mess.
Wrapping paper and boxes everywhere.
You've got all that new stuff and nowhere to put it all.
Santa Claus brings new stuff on a sleigh pulled by reindeer.
When you need more room, we make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
When your Happy Christmas makes a big mess,
call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Our trucks are as clean and shiny as Santa's sleigh.
But we haul junk the other way.
He's got his elves.
But ours have equal magic.
When your junk disappears,
you'll be ecstatic.
And you'll have your big clean house back again.
You're going to love how it makes you feel.
Happy holidays are even happier when you include 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Christmas is a time of peace and joy and happiness and singing.
And sunshine and rainbows and unicorns?
Ryan, it's always time for those.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. Whenever the Blackhawks score, it's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
3-1 lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs up in Canada as the Blackhawks trail after scoring the first goal of the first period. I'm Joe Brand. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN. Hey, fans, don't forget, after tonight's game, tune into the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks post-game show. We'll have player and coach interviews, fan reaction, and game analysis. Let's head back on over to Toronto and bring in Nick Olczyk, who's been breaking down this first 20 minutes with John Weineman. And Nick, it's difficult enough to play against Toronto 5-on-5. Not doing yourselves any favors, putting yourself in the penalty box. How many of those penalties were avoidable by the Hawks?
Well, I want to break down one penalty. And that was Riley Stillman's second penalty that he took. It was called tripping. And, I mean, you have to give credit to Alex Kerfoot, who was entering the zone on the right-hand side with plenty of speed. Stillman is doing what you have to do as a defenseman. He's closing him off. He's angling him towards the boards. And at the last second, Kerfoot stops, throws on the brakes. He throws some snow, and he tries to dart into the area where he's hoping to evacuate Riley Stillman from. Now, a natural reaction from a defenseman in that position is, well, I know at the last second he's trying to go back to the inside. I got to get any body part in the middle to try and deny him from doing so. And Stillman kind of stuck out that right leg, trips up Kerfoot, and then the Maple Leafs go on the power play, and they're able to convert. So I like the mindset and the mentality of Stillman. He's in a good position, but at the last second, it's almost like, Joel, if you just say, okay, well, I'm not going to get in his way or I'm not going to throw my leg, then he's just going to go right by me and it's going to be a 2-on-1. So it's kind of one of those plays where it's read and react. It's an unfortunate result, but you have to give credit to Alex Kerfoot. He made a skillful move by stopping, creating an opportunity for himself, and was tripped up, and then the Maple Leafs go on the power play. But moving forward, if the Blackhawks not just want to get back into this game but want to have a chance to allow themselves to, they have to stay out of the penalty box because the Maple Leafs power play, I mean, as I said, coming into this game, 8 power play goals in their last 4 games. That's now 5 games in a row where they've scored at least 2 PPGs. It's just unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, quickly going back to that kneeing call, I feel like the NHL's been fining players a lot lately due to that. Everything you just explained, do you think that's why that won't happen to Riley Stillman?
Well,
I mean, I know it's tough. I don't mean to put you on that spot, but
no. It's again, if you're a defenseman in that position and a guy is coming at you full speed and he stops to try and go from the outside to the inside, you're not just going to let him go by.
Right.
Like, your mentality is to get a stick, to get a leg, to get a hand, something to not allow him just to either going on a breakaway or going a 2-on-1, which is what it would have been. Now, with some back pressure coming back for the Hawks, but it's probably what it would have been for Alex Kerfoot and whoever his teammate was who was in the rush with him. So, again, I think it's just natural reaction, an unfortunate result. It ends up in a PPG for Toronto.
What did you think about Dylan Strome's 20 minutes?
I thought he had some jump, and I was talking about it with Johnny. I like that second power play unit. They did some really, really nice things. Strome, Doc, Kurashev, Dominic Kubalik, who was able to let a one-timer go finally, in which Mrazek came out, challenged the shot. Wasn't an easy save as he just kind of had to fight it off with his right shoulder. But I like what I've seen from Dylan Strome on that second power play unit. Still need a little bit more jump. Still need a little bit more puck pursuit and hunting of those pucks. But again, if the first power play unit is still a little bit not in sync as the game goes along, I would not be surprised if Derek King maybe gives a start on the power play to that second unit, just because I like what they've been doing. They've been getting some chances. They've been able to maintain and keep possession of that puck down low, which has led to a couple of opportunities. But no question, the Hawks, if they get another power play, I don't know if it's going to be a must score, but if they do get a PP in the second period, especially early, if they can work themselves into a man advantage situation, it's going to go a long way in trying to climb back into this game.
All right, well, here's 2 power plays in favor of the Blackhawks and a little extra jump. We'll talk to you in the second intermission.
All right, Joe, keep up the great work.
No, thanks, pal. That's Nick Olczyk over at the Scotiabank Arena. We'll go ahead and give Dylan Strome, who elevated their game in the first period, which is sponsored by Access Elevator. For residential elevators, stair lifts, or wheelchair ramps, go to allaboutaccess.com. It's the Blackhawks trailing the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-1. When we come back, we've unfortunately got a handful of goals to get to. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
When you run a small business, every part of it is a big deal. The idea? That's a big one. Your growth plan? Huge. And keeping your employees happy and healthy? Ginormous. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we offer healthcare plans that will fit perfectly into your business plans. From the morning crew to the night shift. Benefiting them benefits you. And with a variety of Blue Cross health insurance options designed for businesses and budgets just your size, you can keep your employees healthy and your bottom line even healthier. You may be eligible for tax deductions and payroll tax benefits. So go ahead. Give them a bonus on day one. Give your employees the quality healthcare coverage they deserve from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, and keep your small business stronger, happier, and healthier for the big plans ahead. To get your quote today, visit shopsmallbusinessil.com. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
This is the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy, while helping you lower your carbon footprint. With discounts on Energy Star certified LED bulbs, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Learn more at ComEd.com/lighting. ComEd, powering lives.
Looking for free ways to stay active, healthy, and entertained without leaving home? Here in Chicago, AARP offers you ways to access virtual fitness classes, cooking demos, caregiving events, and even a special storybook presentation of the Nutcracker, all from the comfort of your own home. AARP is providing opportunities to connect and help build an even stronger Chicago for all ages to live, work, and play. Find out all the ways you can connect with your community at aarp.org/near-you.
Lou Manfredini here. Fireplaces and furnaces need a safety inspection every year. For over 50 years, Lindemann has been keeping Chicagoland's finest homes safe and sound. Schedule online at lindemann.com.
Period 2. The second period is next. Here for a recap is Joe Brand.
Thursday night, we were talking about the offensive turnaround for this Blackhawks team after Jonathan Toews finally scored his first goal. It didn't take him too long to find his second.
Reese Johnson, Hawk line, passing ahead to Toews over the Leaf line on a 2-on-1 break. He shoots, he scores! First shot of the game for the Hawks. Finds the back of the Leaf net. It's Toews with a hard wrister from just inside the rim of the right wing circle. And it's 1-0 Hawks.
It's also 2 goals for Toews in his last 2 shots on goal. Connor Murphy and Reese Johnson each with assists, but it was a short-lived 1-0 Hawks lead.
John Tavares over the Hawk line to the left half boards. Put it back to Riley, left point. To Nylander, right point. Now to Matthews, top of the right circle. To Tavares, left circle. Closes in and fires. And he scores. Power play goal for the Leafs. They tie the game at 1. And just what we were talking about, the Blackhawks cannot afford to take any of these kinds of penalties because the Leafs will just rip you apart. They capitalize and tie the score at 1.
It was a Reese Johnson tripping penalty that put the Leafs on the power play. A 1-1 tie, then later William Nylander with a 5-on-5 goal to give the Maple Leafs the lead. After that, another power play opportunity on the Riley Stillman tripping call that we were talking about earlier. Austin Matthews netting a power play goal. And the Maple Leafs leading the Blackhawks 3-1 through 1 period. We'll see if they can change things up in the second period. Let's head on back over to the Scotiabank Arena, or otherwise known as the center of the hockey universe, with John and Nick.
Thank you, Joe. Well said. Everybody up here is nodding, let me tell you that. All right, Hawks trail 3-1 as we head into the second period. Hawks will be going from our right to our left in this period. After tonight, the Blackhawks go home and take on the Calgary Flames on Monday night at the United Center. Daryl Sutter, the new head coach of the Calgary Flames, has the Flames playing Daryl Sutter type of hockey. And they are one of the best, if not the best, road team in the National Hockey League. Underway here in the second period. Play in the Hawk zone at the left point. Kasha sends it down. Here's Matthews, left circle. Hands it off to Bunting beside the Hawk net. He tried to put it back in front for Matthews, but his stick was all tied up. A nice defensive play there by Seth Jones. Jones will backhand it up the left wing side to center ice for Kubalik. His stick was tied up in turn by Liljegren of the Leafs. And then Matthews is able to backhand the puck deep into the Hawk zone. Jones put it along the near boards. Dylan Strome trying to wedge it out. And kept in at the line by Liljegren. Down to Kasha along the right half boards, and he'll snap it behind the Hawk net. Around it goes up the far side. Philip Kurashev tried to angle it out with a backhand, and now Strome will use the glass to pound the puck out to center ice. Liljegren shot it off of one of the Leafs who was heading to the bench. That's Matthews, and that may have hit him in kind of a bad spot. As Matthews is in a little bit of pain right now as he exits the ice.
Yeah, he was just waiting for the player in front of him to get out of the doorway so he could just step right on the bench, and a hard clearance. I think went right off the midsection as he's sitting on the end of the bench next to Jack Campbell, the Maple Leaf goaltender, who's not playing tonight, doubled over.
Yeah.
That's probably going to hurt.
Being attended to by the Leaf trainer right now. Get an offside at the Leaf blue line. You know, Mitchell Marner not available tonight for the Leafs. Was run into in Leafs practice by Jake Muzzin, who's a pretty good-sized guy. And Jake apologized for the the collision, but the damage is done. And Marner, not the biggest guy in the world, he's out for a time.
It's been a battle for them, too. He's missed 4 games, and the Leafs have lost 3 of them.
There's Justin Hall into the Hawk zone, hands it off to Alex Kerfoot for the left point. He'll fire toward the Hawk net. This deflects over top to the near corner. Stillman bumps with Hall. Puck slides up the boards. Hagel passing to Reese Johnson of the Leaf line. He'll fire from the right wing circle, and this deflects up into the protective netting. If you read Johnson's body language there, Nick, you'd see that he was trying to pass it back across to Hagel, but William Nylander was back-checking hard back into the Leaf zone and kind of took that option away.
And Johnson was just trying to wait as long as he could to allow Hagel enough time to be able to get to the net, and by the time he elected to shoot the puck, it was a good defensive play by Kristen Rubens, who came across, and you mentioned a good back check as well there from William Nylander. And that's one thing, Johnny, that I've noticed about the Toronto Maple Leafs from the last couple of years. Why haven't they been able to get over the hump when they've had these great players? I think this year, more than in last year's, they've had more of a team commitment to defense, especially from those star players like Matthews and Nylander and Tavares. And that has been one thing that has allowed them to get off to such a great start in the early going of the season.
I think a lot of that credit goes to their head coach, Sheldon Keefe, who coached the Toronto Marlies here for a couple of years. He had that team playing good defensively, and they ended up winning a Calder Cup here a couple of years back before Keefe took the Leafs head coaching position. Now a shot on goal at the Hawk end off the stick of Kasha, turned out of there by Lankinen. Lankinen now moves it up the right side to Gustafsson, to Kirby Dach at center ice to Patrick Kane. Over the Leaf line to break a left circle, drops it off. Here's Gustafsson, left circle. He fires from a sharp angle, and he had Mrazek down on his side. I don't think he realized it, and Gustafsson looked like he was trying to slide that puck in front as a pass, and it ends up in the equipment of Mrazek, who was laying on his side outside of his crease.
And almost a wide open net, too, there from Gustafsson, as there was a collision between Peter Mrazek and his defenseman Morgan Riley, and Mrazek ended up 5 feet out of the crease to his right. And Eric Gustafsson pretty much with a wide open net, but a couple of Leafs players in front, and Mrazek able to hop on the rebound. So a collision gone bad almost results in a goal for the Hawks.
Now at the right point, Leaf zone. Seth Jones held it in with his skate. Loose puck to the right wing circle. Kubalik to Strome. He'll fire from the slot, and this deflects off a Leaf stick and up into the protective netting.
Another turnover defensively from the Maple Leafs. 8 turnovers in the first period, and another one there from their defensemen. So for good forechecking pressure from the Hawks, keeping plays alive, and a nice touch play there from Kubalik to Strome, but a better defensive stick by Jake Muzzin.
Camp and Strome face off. Strome wins the draw, then guides the puck back to the right point. That was intended for Seth Jones, but Nick Ritchie of the Leafs got in front of that, deflecting it down into the Hawk end. Here's Jones carrying it out of the Hawk zone to center ice. Quick pass on the right wing, Kurashev into the Leaf zone. Hit as he dumps it down the boards and in behind the net. Mrazek out to play it into the far corner for Wayne Simmons. Simmons then sent the puck off the inboards behind his net into the near corner. Taves runs into Liljegren, took the puck away. Sweeps it behind the Leaf net around to the right wing corner. Brendan Hagel battling there with Jake Muzzin. Muzzin scoops the puck away, and it slides over the blue line to center ice. Calvin Hahn back to get it over to Connor Murphy in the Hawk end. To DeHaan along the left wing boards. Returns it over to Murphy, Hawk line right wing. To Hagel over the Leaf line on the right wing. He's hit by Kyle Clifford, lost the puck. Timothy Liljegren with it. Will move up the right wing to center ice and bank it ahead for Clifford into the Hawk zone. Clifford put it down toward the corner. DeHaan had it, lost it to Engvall. He handed it into the high slot to Steves, and he'll fire one high and wide. Now Steves at the bottom of the left circle, leaves it for Kyle Clifford. Clifford around to the left wing board, spin it in behind the Hawk net to Engvall. He'll turn and fire. He scores from the right wing circle. Pierre Engvall. He looked like he was going to take the puck out toward the right point, but then just wheeled and fired a wrist shot that beats Lankinen, and it's now 4-1 in favor of the Leafs.
Well, the Hawks get mixed up and turned around in their own zone. Turnover from Calvin DeHaan leads to the first chance for Alex Steves. Goes wide on the short side, and then the Maple Leafs are able to go to work. Nobody in a 5-foot radius of Pierre Engvall, and then he's able to work himself out from behind the net to the left of Kevin Lankinen and throw a short side shot that beats him. You had both Steves and Murphy at the net front, and I think that's what impaired the vision of Kevin Lankinen as he lets a shot beat him cleanly on the short side, and the Toronto Maple Leafs have a 3-goal lead.
Fourth of the year for Engvall from Steves at 3:25 of period number 2. Now back to the play in the Hawk zone. Patrick Kane, actually Mike Hardman along the near boards, cleared the puck out, and Hull took it back and fired it back into the Hawk end, hit the end boards and banks into the crease, and Lankinen plops on it with the glove. 4 goals on 13 shots for the Leafs. Face-off circle to the left of Kevin Lankinen.
Not an easy save to make there either from Kevin Lankinen. I mean, you got Connor Murphy standing right in front trying to box Steves out, but instead I think he screened Kevin Lankinen more than anything. I mean, Connor Murphy's 6'4". He's not a small guy, and so if you have trouble seeing the puck, you just got to rely on positioning. And Lankinen just a little bit cheating off the near side post, and the Maple Leafs capitalize.
Wayne Simmons with the puck now behind the Hawk net. Sent it to the left point. And it's taken there and fired down the boards by Robbins. Ends up into the near corner Hawk end. Jake McCabe's got it there. He'll chip it high off the boards and down ice into the Leaf zone. Robbins and Carpenter vie for the puck. Robbins got there, but then lost the puck to the near boards. Slavin down to Carpenter, left wing corner. Put the puck in front for Hardman. He couldn't handle the hot potato. The Leafs are able to clear as Hall clears to center ice. Carpenter took it back. Sends it ahead to bring it over the Leaf line. Down the right wing. He fires from the circle, and a pad save is made by Mrazek. Simmons on the near side of the Leaf zone will clear to center ice. Gustafson is able to direct the puck back into the Hawk zone to Doc. Put it over to Jones and back to Gustafson. He'll pass ahead now for DeBrincat into the Leaf zone to the left wing corner. DeBrincat and Robbins battle. DeBrincat wins the battle for the puck. Got the puck to Kane. From the left wing boards, he'll spin it in behind the Leaf net into the right wing corner. Kirby Doc whacked it back toward the back side of the Leaf net. Robbins moves it out of there, but then runs into Kirby Doc, who goes down. Nylander, meanwhile, back up ice into the Hawk zone. A little toe drag maneuver to the right wing boards. Spins it out to the line to the deep slot for Riley. He'll backhand the puck into the right wing corner. Rolls in behind the Hawk net. Perfect, got it there. Put it to the right point to Brody. To Nylander in the deep slot. Patrick Kane tied up his stick, and the puck slides over the line to center ice. Leafs re-enter the Hawk zone. Riley from the left point, put the puck down behind the Hawk net. Jones spins it around up the near side for DeBrincat. He was pressured by Brody. Lost the puck to Tavares back of the Hawk net. He in turn lost it to Seth Jones. And Jones got some room along the right wing boards in the Hawk zone. To Gustafson. Head now to Doc over the Leaf line to DeBrincat, top of the left circle. Tried to feed it over to Kane in the right circle. That pass picked off by the Leafs. Morgan Riley the other way, put it in over the Hawk blue line to Bunting. We get a whistle, and this play is offside. 14:18 left in the second, 4-1 Toronto.
A quick breaking transition for the Blackhawks. Completely denied by Austin Matthews, and that was the guy we talked about a little bit earlier, Johnny, the commitment to defense. He came all the way back, never stopped his feet moving, was able to intercept that cross-seam play from left to right, from Cat to Kane. And the Maple Leafs were able to turn and go the other way, so getting it done at both ends of the ice tonight for big number 34.
Kubalik into the Leaf zone, put it in front. Dylan Strome, he shoots on a sprawling save made by Mrazek as he did the cheerleader splits in the crease. And he stopped that shot somehow with one of his pads and then found it down between his legs against the paint of the crease. Put the glove on top of it and held on. A great chance for Dylan Strome. Looked like he was trying to go to the top right corner with that shot.
And it was a great pass, too. Just a little deft touch between the legs. The Toronto Maple Leaf defense, and then Dylan Strome. I think you're right, Johnny. Was trying to go up into the upper portion of the net, but he got in a little bit too close. And the save was made by Peter Mrazek, so a great opportunity for Dylan Strome. Denied.
Now Bunting put the puck down the boards and in behind the Hawk net. Connor Murphy drags it out, whips it up the right boards to the Leaf blue line. Jake Muzzin took it away, got it over to Liljegren. He'll move it up the right side to Kasha. Leaf blue line. He sent the puck to center ice, picked off by Jonathan Toews. Put it back into the Hawk zone. McCabe, he'll outlet the center ice to Kurashev, in over the Leaf line. Now Hagel from the left circle fires it across. Toews sets up the right point. Save is made now off a Connor Murphy shot. The pad save made by Mrazek. Hagel was at the top of the crease looking for a rebound and couldn't get to it in time.
That was an unbelievable stop by Peter Mrazek. He just flashed and threw his right pad on it. It was Brandon Hagel on the back door. Wide open net, not so fast as the right pad of Peter Mrazek. Another great chance on his last shot.
Now Mrazek turns the puck over. Here's Johnson firing from the slot off the give from Toews. That deflects over the net. Justin Hall with the puck moving up the right wing side. There's it ahead to center ice. Kyle Clifford will grab the puck and backhand it down in behind the Hawk net. Jones winds it around up the right side to Johnson. Rink wide pass for Hagel. He's in over the Leaf line, down the left wing to the corner, and then falls under a check from Hull. Johnson comes in, finishing his check on Clifford. Engvall sweeps the puck away from everybody and carries behind the Leaf net. He'll hand it ahead up the left wing side to Steves. He let the puck go into the Hawk zone. Gustafsson now behind the net. Winds it around at the left wing. Off of Slavin's stick. Taken back by Carpenter to Josiah Slavin. Racing into the Leaf zone down the left wing. Frees himself from a check. Put it around to the right wing boards to Mike Hardman. To Slavin right corner to Murphy right point. Now to Stillman left point. Sent it off the end boards. Hardman had it in his skates for a moment behind the Leaf net. Lost it. Then Hardman got it back in the left wing corner. Battling against Morgan Riley. Hardman muscling it in behind the net. Put it out in front. Slavin at the top of the crease. Tried to jam it in with a backhander. That goes wide. Carpenter now in the left wing corner. Leaves it there for Mike Hardman. Some good work by this line of the Hawks. Carpenter got it back. Left wing side. Put it to the high slot. Murphy with a drive. Kick save is made by Mrazek. A follow-up shot there by Slavin. Just goes wide. And now back at center ice. Stillman took the puck away from Tavares. And Tavares took it back and spins it back into the Leaf zone. Brody passing ahead on the right wing. Nylander at center ice. And he'll deflect it down to the right wing corner Hawk zone. Stillman gathers in the puck, moves it off the inboards over to Murphy, far corner. To Dylan Strome at center ice, to DeBrincat over the Leaf line, left point to Kane, right circle, back to DeBrincat. He'll fire from the left circle, and a stick save made by Mrazek in perfect position. And then DeBrincat had the puck, had a stick lifted, puck taken away by the Leafs. Kerfoot moves it off the boards deep into the near corner Hawk zone. McCabe will fire it off of Kane at the Hawk blue line, and along came Wayne Simmons to scrape it back down ice and put it into the Leaf zone. Muzzin then fires the puck up the left wing. Kerfoot at center ice to David Kampf over the Hawk line on the left wing. Sent it down to the corner. Jake McCabe hit there by Wayne Simmons. And then moves it ahead. Here's DeBrincat at center ice. He lost the puck to Simmons, who in turn lost it to Seth Jones, Hawk line. To DeBrincat in front of the Leaf bench. And he'll spin it down the boards and in behind the Leaf net. Hawks in, Leafs make line changes. Leafs get the puck back. Robbins passing it ahead. Camp over the center ice circle. Had it stripped away for a moment by Kirby Doc. And then the Leafs get it back, but they come across the Hawk line offside, led by Justin Hall. 10:28 left in period number 2 here in Toronto. It's 4-1 in favor of the Leafs. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Blackhawk fans, Eddie Olczyk here from my friends at Sharp Vision Modern LASIK. Located in Old Town, Sharp Vision is doctor-owned and operated. They offer LASIK starting at $495 per eye, and you can schedule a free consultation today. Stop putting off LASIK. Sharp Vision can make hassle-free, clear vision your reality. For LASIK starting at $495 per eye, go online or call 312-701-2020 to schedule your free consultation today. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK, the official LASIK provider of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Open enrollment for the ACA Health Insurance Marketplace starts November 1st. So if you need to enroll in a new plan or make changes to your health coverage, now is the time to do it. GetCoveredIllinois.gov can guide you as you navigate healthcare coverage so you can find the right plan with the essential benefits you need, whether that's treatment for mental health services, prescription drugs, emergency services, free preventive and wellness care, and more. That's GetCoveredIllinois.gov. Your health coverage starts here.
It's happening. It's really happening. On-campus classes are back at College of DuPage. It's like having a group hug for the first time in forever. Like getting the band back together. It's like reunited and it feels so good. COD's quality, affordable education with over 200 programs in person again. Yeah, it's like that at COD. Learn more at it'slikecod.com.
It's the Hamp and OB Show, before and after every Bears game.
Get rid of this clown.
Now back to Blackhawks hockey.
About halfway through regulation, the Toronto Maple Leafs with a 3-goal lead, 4-1. The score over the Blackhawks. And Hawks fans, I want to let you know that Chicago lights up for the holiday season, and it's time to add the United Center Atrium to your list of must-see stops. In addition to festive holiday decor beginning in early December, join us for a special Holiday Lights event presented by Garrett Popcorn in the Atrium before the games on December 17th, 21st, and 23rd. Learn more at blackhawks.com/holidays. I never turn down a little popcorn every now and again, Johnny.
Got to have a little bit every now and again, right? Just to kind of remind yourself of what it tastes like. I mean, some people just live on it. I know that Chris Chelios loves his popcorn. We've seen Chelly a couple times at the United Center. I never see him. I hardly see him, by the way, I should say, without some popcorn in his hand.
Sometimes double fisting, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes two of those little packages in each of his hands. I love popcorn, Johnny, but it's just the kernels. They get stuck in your teeth in your throat. That's the real unfortunate part. But
well, we got an icing call here to the Hawks. Faceoff will be in the circle to Lankinen's right. And that's going to be Tavares against Kirby Dach. Real learning experience for Kirby Dach every time he faces John Tavares at the faceoff circle. Tavares wins another. Nylander in the left wing corner. Had the puck in his skates, tried to kick it to his stick. Connor Murphy reaching in, took it away. Shot it ahead for Dach, Hawk line to Kurashev at center ice on the right wing, front of the benches. He'll dump it into the right wing corner, Leaf end, and then runs into Liljegren. Jake Muzzin came out with a puck to the near corner Leaf end, and then with a backhanded flip sends it to center ice. Stillman had it for a moment, lost it. Tavares into the Hawks on the right wing side, made a drop pass picked off by Dach, who shoves the puck ahead for Kurashev. The puck rolls off his stick. Leafs get it back. Muzzin from center ice in front of the Leafs bench, fires it diagonally, right wing corner Hawk zone. Bounces out to Stillman. To Reese Johnson. He's in over the Leaf line, left point, leaving the puck for Kubalik. Kubalik will spin it down behind the Leaf net. Taken away by T.J. Brody. And then McCabe steps into Kasha along the near boards and pokes the puck down in behind the Leaf net. Morgan Riley sends it around. Kept it at the right point. And then Riley took it back and sweeps it back in on his own goaltender, Mrazek. He put the puck away to the right wing boards to Brody. And back over to Riley, and he'll pass head up the left wing. Ritchie Hawk line. Spins it down behind the Hawk net. Lankinen stopped it for McCabe, who tried to jam it out up the near side of the rink. This deflects over to the far side of the rink. And Taves will now send it down to the Leaf blue line. David Camp back to get it. Camp for the Leafs. To Austin Matthews, Leaf line. Head to Christians Robbins. He'll dump it into the right corner Hawk zone. Ryan Jake McCabe there to get it. Knocked down by David Camp behind the net. Camp with the puck from the left wing boards tried to center. This is picked off by Johnson. Crossed it at Brinkett to Jake McCabe. Back to Brinkett. Back to McCabe. Now Hawk line. Sends it on the left wing to Strome at the Leaf blue line. He'll dump the puck to the left wing corner in the Leaf end. Camp and the Hawks Seth Jones battle. And David Camp came out with the puck. Working it up the right wing side. Was intended for Simmons. Puck picked off by Gustafson. Down to Kane, left wing corner. Sent it behind the Leaf net up the far side. Strome's got it in the right wing corner. Put the puck down behind the Leaf net. Hall will take it away, put it over to Engvall, and from the left wing boards in the Leaf end, he'll send a tumbling puck to the Hawk blue line. Gustafson there to get it. Gustafson now a give and go with Murphy in over the Leaf line. Gave it to Kane near the left point. Turns into a check from Camp and goes down, lost the puck, but Strome came along and took it. Drops it to DeBrincat. A hard shot from the top of the right circle. The pad save made by Mrazek. The other way, Engvall crossing the Hawk line. A long wrist shot, and the glove save is made by Lankinen, and he'll hold on. 7:33 left in the second. 4-1 in favor of the Leafs. Back to Toronto after this break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The Blackhawks, WGN. St. Xavier University is for students who want more out of themselves and more out of their future. Their Master of Science in Nursing program provides nursing professionals with the opportunity to choose one of 4 tracks within the healthcare industry to gain the knowledge and skills they need to step into a leadership role. Ranked a top 5 online graduate nursing program, SXU's MSN program is 100% online, providing the convenience to learn at your own pace. Visit them at sxu.edu, keyword MSN, to discover the way to a brighter future of the best in you. St. Xavier University, the best in you.
Grainberry. There's health goals, then there's Grainberry's bowl goals.
I eat a bowl of Grainberry bran flakes every morning because my bowl goal is to cut down on sugar.
I eat a bowl of Grainberry cinnamon frosted shredded wheat every morning because my bowl goal is to pack as much flavor into my breakfast as possible.
I eat a bowl of Grainberry honey nut toasted oats every morning because my bowl goal is to start each day with tons of energy.
Grainberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum is a delicious way to keep your family's health goals on track, with more antioxidants than any fruit, vegetable, or cereal.
I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry cereals. Grainberry with amazing onyx sorghum starts with lower sugar than other cereals. Then we use only whole grains to help slow sugar absorption, making it great for managing diabetes and prediabetes. Whatever your health goals are, find it in a bowl of Grainberry cereal. Pick up a box today.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Cryptocurrency is exploding. By hosting a small Bitcoin ATM, your business could make $500 per month in extra income. Email leasing@bitcoinofamerica.org.
The Blackhawks are home for the holidays with games December 17th, 21st, 23rd, and also the 28th. You could also ring in the new year with us on Sunday, January 2nd for the Blackhawks' first game of the new year in 2022. Visit blackhawks.com/holidays to find the best seats for you and also your family.
Drawn out to Lankinen's left, won by the Hawks. McCabe will send a pass up the left wing side. Was held in by Liljegren for a moment at the line. Taken back by Steves. He put the puck down to the right wing corner of the Hawk end. McCabe takes a bump, put the puck behind the net, over to Stillman. Head to Carpenter, hit as he clears to center ice. The Leafs get it back in their end, however. Jake Muzzin, Leaf blue line, left wing side. Put it across the rink for Liljegren. He had it tipped off his stick with a poke check. Carpenter the other way. Will fire it off the glass deep into the Leaf zone. Ends up behind the net to Mrazek.
Menu, button, menu, button, apartment.
And now here's
Speech off.
To Nylander over the Hawk line down the right wing. Sent into the corner boards there by DeHaan. Tavares took the puck away behind the Hawk net from Murphy, then lost it to DeHaan along the near boards, his former teammate on Long Island. And DeHaan will skate it ahead to center ice, clear the puck off of the stick of DeBrincat down beside the Leaf net. Mrazek winds it around. Dylan Strome had the puck at the top of the right circle. With the Leafs, Alexander Kerfoot took it away. Sent it behind his net. Brody will direct it up the right wing side to center ice. Morgan Riley lifts the puck through the air and just wide of the Hawk net. Bounces into the left wing corner to Alex Kerfoot. Leaves it there for John Tavares. To Kerfoot, back of the net. He carries back to the corner. Tried to set up the top of the left circle for Matthews. But right on top of Matthews was Eric Gustafsson to make sure that Matthews never got to the puck. It's cleared to center ice quickly by Kane. Taken back by Tavares in front of the Leafs bench, and he'll drop the puck down behind the Hawk net. Gustafsson to get it. Put it over to Seth Jones on the right wing side. He'll carry out over the center ice circle. Then lift the puck through the air down into the right wing corner in the Leaf end. Taken out of there by Robbins. He moves it around up the right wing side. Kasha through center ice and over the Hawk blue line. We're going to get a whistle and a call for interference against the Leafs.
Yeah, this is going to go to Michael Bunting, entering the zone, trying to buy Austin Matthews a little time. Interferes with Gustafsson.
All right. We'll be back with a Feeling Good Sitco power play for the Hawks in just a moment. 5:39 left in the second. 4-1 Leafs. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
There are many reasons for hockey fans to change their flight, but if you're flying United, there are no change fees. Like, say your team won it all, so instead of boarding your flight home, you board a giant parade float in the middle of downtown Chicago. No change fees. Or you got caught on the kiss cam with a stranger next to you, and you'd both like to see how this new relationship plays out. No change fees. No change fees on United, the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Does not include basic economy unless a United waiver applies. Exceptions apply for certain international flights.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC,
which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Anna Duplantis, the lady who's working hard to enrich your life, weekdays 1 to 4.
4-1 Maple Leafs lead, 5:39 to go in the second period. But the good news, Hawks fans, Blackhawks to the power play have an opportunity to try and pull this game to within 2.
And Carlton the Bear, the Leafs mascot, makes his appearance. They got him on a platform that extends about 20 feet above the ice. They better be careful there as they crank him down. Face-off circle to the right of Mrazek. It lays against the right wing boards. DeBrincat had it for a moment, lost it. Camp poke checks it away to Kasha, and he'll clear the puck off the boards and down. And behind the Hawk net, Seth Jones takes the puck. Passes to Taves inside the Hawk line left wing side. He'll drop it back to Patrick Kane. Kane to center ice, gave it to DeBrincat, tried to angle it over to Carpenter in front of the Hawks bench. Carpenter had to backtrack to get that puck, and he sent it across the rink. Kane will now take it back into the Hawks zone as the Hawks regroup. Kane to Jones over the Leaf line, muscling to the net, then to the left wing corner, sends it back left point to DeBrincat. Send it over to Kane beside the right wing circle to DeBrincat in the high slot. DeBrincat now to Jones, left point to DeBrincat. Quick pass, Kane, top of the right circle, fires. Glove save made by Mrazek. He'll hold the puck, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the circle to his left. Now 1:10 left on the Hawks' third feeling good sit-go power play of the game.
Able to zip it around the zone there. Alex DeBrincat looking for Patrick Kane on the far side, and Kaner takes a step in, lets it rip, and an easy glove save as it stung the palm of Mrazek. Now face-off coming to his left.
Kerfoot facing off with Taves. Taves works the puck to the corner. Kane had a stick on it for a moment, but Brody strips it away and sends it all the way down. And now DeBrincat's got the puck in the near corner Hawk zone. He leaves it behind the Hawk net to Seth Jones. 55 seconds on the power play as Jones carries up ice to center ice, drops it back to Kane, Hawk line to DeBrincat, cutting through center ice, put it in over the Leaf line to Taves beside the left circle to Jones high slot. Back to Taves, top of the left wing circle. Backing up with the puck toward the point. Got it to Kane left corner. Back to Taves now on the left half boards. To Jones left point. To Taves top of the left circle. To DeBrincat in the slot to Kane. A sharp angle shot from the bottom of the right wing circle. And Mrazek belly flops on the ice to the left of the crease and makes that save with the pads and holds it. I thought that one got by him. For a second I thought I saw the back of the net jiggle, but no, it was underneath Mrazek the whole time.
I'm telling you what, Peter Mrazek does not look like a guy who's missed over a month with a groin injury. I mean, he has made 4 unbelievable saves, and add this one to the list. DeBrincat entering just above the circle to the left of Mrazek, and he finds Kane from just a nasty angle of foot above the blue line, or the goal line rather. And a wonderful stop moving from right to left by Mrazek.
20 seconds on the power play here. Gustafsson with the puck along the left wing boards. Hawk in, drops it behind himself to Kurashev. He'll carry to center ice, give it to Kubalik over the Leaf line left point. Sends it down behind the net. Muzzin drives it around, but not out. Kept in at the right point by Gustafsson. Directs it into the right wing corner. Kurashev was pushed off the puck there by Hull. Hagel in to try and strip it away and does, but the Leafs come to full strength. Hagel out near the line, drops it to Connor Murphy, right point. He'll close in and fires. He scores! And this may have been tipped by Kubalik on the way in, or it might be Connor Murphy's all alone. Either way, the Hawks get one back. It's not on the power play. It's an even strength, but it cuts the Leaf lead by 2 at 4-2.
Oh, that's a huge goal for the Blackhawks. And Connor Murphy, nothing fancy here. Hawks gain control. Outstanding net front presence from Dominik Kubalik, taking away the eyes of Peter Mrazek. Hawks haven't done that enough tonight. They do this time. And the shot beats Mrazek to the short side. Dominik Kubalik was camped out net front. And you know what that means, Johnny? For the second time tonight, we're going to break out the Bandito.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrate every Blackhawks goal with Bandito Yankee Tequila.
So for Connor Murphy, that's goal number 2 on the season. The goal at 16:31 of period number 2. We'll see how this changes things for the Hawks, if at all. In behind the Hawk net, Slavin takes the puck, put it around, not out. Matthews from the right point, a long wrist shot, hits the iron, and puck ricochets away into the left wing corner. Christians Robbins there. He leaves the puck. Murphy took it away. Passing up the right side, Slavin angles it across the rink. Here's DeHaan, left wing at center ice, firing it with a little too much air on that. This one ends up tipping into the protective netting and out of play in the near corner Leaf end. Now 2:57 left on the clock for the second. 4-2, they'll face it off over the center ice face-off, Dom.
That's just not fair to be able to shoot a puck like that.
Yeah.
Just a bullet from Matthews, what, a foot and a half inside of the blue line. Right off the iron as Kevin Lankinen was moving to his left. You had DeHaan at the net front along with Big Nick Ritchie. And the iron is able to keep it a 2-goal game.
I wonder, does Kevin Lankinen, does he pet the crossbar the way Flower does?
Yeah, I've only seen Marc-Andre do it. I don't know, maybe does he kiss it? Does he tap it? I don't know, but
yeah. Well, they got to be friends, right? So they got to keep that relationship going.
Safe to say, when the Flower's in the net, the posts are going to be warm by the end of the night.
Yeah.
There's a lot of friction there rubbing the posts, but perfect shot there from Austin Matthews. And just his release, that's what separates him from a lot of other players in the National Hockey League. It's the power, but it's also the quickness of the release, catching goaltenders off guard. And there, I mean, that wrist shot by him probably harder than some guy's slap shots.
Oh, yeah. We get an icing call against the Leafs. Face-off circle to the right of Mrazek. Taves wins the draw to Gustafsson along the left wing boards. Carrying down toward the corner. Walks in front, tried a backhander. Turned out of there by Mrazek. And then Gustafsson falls down to the left of the net. And the Leafs get the puck. Skating out is Kerfoot to center ice. To Nylander, Hawk line right wing. Dumps it down to the corner Hawk zone. Jones is able to fend off Kerfoot so Taves could get the puck behind the net and put it up the right side to Reese Johnson. He shot it across the rink into Seth Jones's skates. And now Jones will take the puck back into the Hawk zone in front of his net. Passes on the left wing to Gustafsson to center ice. Quick pass across the rink. Hagel in over the Leaf line to Taves. Whips one in from the right wing circle. And that's into the breadbasket of Mrazek. And he'll let it drop into his glove and he holds it. Suddenly the Hawks are playing with a little more life, a little more of a deliberate style of play.
Yeah, they're making sure they're getting pucks in over the blue line, not risking any turnovers at the offensive blue line as Jonathan Taves hops on that. Nice pass from Brandon Hagel. And then you had Hagel dish. And what did he do, John? He went right to the front of the net looking for any sort of loose change, any rebounds off of the Taves shot. It was up in the chest area and soaked up by Mrazek.
That's where Hagel picks up most of his goals. He leads the NHL in first goals with 5. Inside the Leaf zone, left point. DeHaan had a little trouble with a bouncing puck. Has to back out to center ice and then slap it back down the boards into the Leaf end. Mrazek stops the puck behind his net for Liljegren. He'll make a pass to center ice. Matthews at the Hawk line. Lost the puck, got it back, walks it down the right wing side and fires it over the net up off the glass. Here's DeHaan behind the net, taking the puck away from Matthews and then backhanding it to center ice. Kane's got it in front of the benches. Little handoff to Strome over the Leaf line to DeBrincat left circle. Shoots and a left pad save made by Mrazek down in the butterfly position. Here's Kosh at center ice. Got the puck ahead. Bunting will move it over in front of the benches now to Matthews. He'll sling it back into the Leaf zone to Liljegren. To Matthews over the center ice circle. Weaving in over the Hawk line. Top of the right circle now. Put it to the right point to Brody. Down to the right wing corner with a pass. It goes to Steves, a New Hampshire native. Steves in behind the Hawk net. Ridden into the corner, but put it behind the Hawk net. Engvall, he put it to the top of the Hawk crease. Murphy sends it down there to the left wing corner. Engvall's got it. From the left point, he'll spin it back down behind the Hawk net to Steves. To Engvall, right point. Long shot, blocked in the slot. That hit Clifford. Kurashev tried to chip it out with a backhanded flip, and he missed. Engvall took the puck back and fires from the left point. That's off the end of Lankinen's glove to the near boards. Engvall now in the right wing corner. Engvall with some room in the right circle. Chased out to the line by Gustafsson. He'll flip it down the boards behind the Hawk net. David Camp to get to the puck in the left wing corner Hawk zone. Knocked down by Connor Murphy with what looked like a cross-check that could easily have been a penalty call. Murphy flings the puck through the air down into the Leaf zone as the period ends. 4-2 Toronto after 40 minutes. The shots on goal favoring the Hawks by a fairly wide margin, 26-14, but it's the Leafs power play. We talk about it once again. It's the difference in the hockey game. They're 2 for 3. And the Hawks power play, unfortunately, 0 for 3 hasn't been a factor here tonight. We'll see what the third period brings.
When you look at the shots on goal in that period too, Johnny, 14-3 in favor of the Blackhawks. A couple of great chances. I mean, I counted 4 unbelievable opportunities for the Blackhawks that Peter Mrazek somehow made the save on. So they're getting chances. It's kind of been the same old story like it has been lately for the Blackhawks. Getting opportunities, just not able to execute, just not able to find the back of the net, but they're getting chances. If they keep sending the puck towards the net and getting bodies there, you got to think it's only a matter of time before they're able to come through. I got to tell you that Patrick Kane shot from the bottom of the right wing circle in the Leaf zone, I thought that was in the net. And then I got to look at the replay, and I could see why. Yeah. I could see why Mrazek made that save, because it was almost as if he was cheating with his left pad. He had it down in position and had a sense of where the post was, and he had it in perfect position to make the save. Yeah, just the anticipation of a goaltender and anticipating a pass as opposed to a shot, but he's made some wonderful saves in this game so far. But the Hawks got to make sure, try and get another 14 shots next period. I mean, look, it's a 2-goal game. I mean, the Hawks are right there. They got the lead cut in half. They got to make sure they come out full force and see if they can find a way to get the game tied in the final period of regulation.
I agree 100%. All right, after 2 periods here in Toronto, it's the Leafs 4 and the Hawks 2. Stick around. Joe Brand is standing by in Blackhawk Central. He'll have a full intermission report for you good folks, and that'll be followed by action back here in Toronto as the Hawks look to catch the Leafs. They trail 4-2 after 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
That old car is worth money. Visit VictoryAutoWreckers.com for an instant quote. Victory will tow no matter what condition your car's in. Victory buys vehicles every day, including nights and weekends, and you'll get cash on the spot. Go to VictoryAutoWreckers.com for more information, or save money by fixing up your car with used parts. Go to VictoryAutoWreckers.com to search their inventory. VictoryAutoWreckers.com.
VictoryAutoWreckers.com. Hockey fans, it's David from Team Hochberg. If you'd like to refinance your credit card debt, home equity loan, or student loans to substantially lower your monthly payments, call Team Hochberg now at 855-56-DAVID. That's 855-563-2843. Team Hochberg has helped thousands of WGN listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 855-56-DAVID. That's 855-563-2843, or visit 56david.com. Enjoy the game. Homeside Financial Legal Housing Lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage License, CMB 6761019, NMLS 1124061.
Always bet on Chicago, the heart and soul, the strength that lies in America's mightiest city. We're betting on a revolutionary partnership built of community and diversity, because together we'll create greatness, a world-class destination, an incredible future where everybody wins. Introducing Bally's Chicago. Bet on Bally's. Visit Bally'sChicagoCasinoResort.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Imagine being 3 months pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was my reality. But I trusted my team at Northwestern Medicine, my oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician, who collaborated to come up with the safest chemotherapy plan. So I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, the #1 hospital in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report, Robin's team worked together closely, focusing not only on making Robin better, but on bringing her baby into the world safely. After months of treatments, they performed a C-section, then cancer removal on the same day.
Now there are 2 things we celebrate on Sophia's birthday: her life and mine.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7. 1-833-PLUM-911.
It's time for an intermission update. Here's Joe Brand.
Blackhawks still down by a pair up in Toronto after the hole they dug themselves in the first period, but the offense has turned it up a notch as it's a 4-2 lead for the Maple Leafs up in Canada. 1 out of 12 games going on in the NHL tonight. Let's get to some of those other ones. It's now a 3-0 lead for the St. Louis Blues. Joshua and Barbashev each netting goals as the Blues lead the Canadiens 3-0 through 2 periods down in St. Louis. Buffalo back on top over Washington. It's a 2-1 lead for the Sabres after 2 periods in Buffalo as well. Again, former Blackhawk Vinny Hinostroza scoring in that one. Penguins now have a 1-0 lead over the Anaheim Ducks through 2 periods in Pittsburgh. It's a 2-2 tie in New York. The Islanders and Devils are squared up with 11:23 left in the second period. Again, the Islanders still looking for their first win in their new home at the UBS Arena. Later tonight, the Philadelphia Flyers visit the Arizona Coyotes. The Seattle Kraken host the Columbus Blue Jackets. Calgary Flames welcome in the Boston Bruins. The Edmonton Oilers welcome in the Carolina Hurricanes. Minnesota's going for their NHL leading 9th straight win. Minnesota 19-6-1 now. They're visiting the LA Kings tonight. Dallas Stars on the road against the San Jose Sharks. And Brady Tkachuk with a hat trick for the Ottawa Senators, who end Tampa Bay's winning streak, a 4-0 lead for Ottawa, as that game was much earlier today. Elsewhere around the NHL, after undergoing surgery to repair a torn meniscus, Dallas goaltender Ben Bishop is calling it a career. Bishop had surgery last October, began a conditioning stint in the AHL last week. Gave up 8 goals, though. Bishop was the goaltender for the Lightning in 2015 when the Hawks took down Tampa Bay for their 3rd Stanley Cup in 6 years. Gary Bettman says the Olympic participation is up to the NHL players. There's no deadline to withdraw from the Olympic Games, but there will be financial costs if the decision comes after January 10th. If a player tests positive in Beijing, they might have to quarantine for 3 weeks. The Bulls are in Miami tonight, and they're trailing the Heat 55-44. They've actually trimmed down that deficit, though, after a while. A little less than 3 minutes left in Florida, and actually Nikola Vucevic just landed the 3, so it's 55. No, it's Zach LaVine. 55-47 in favor of the Miami Heat. Bears are in Green Bay tomorrow night for Sunday Night Football. Akeem Hicks is now listed as out. College basketball, Notre Dame takes down number 10 Kentucky 66-62. The Illini fall short of an upset over number 11 Arizona. Wildcats win 83-79. UIC tops Central Michigan 71-67. Illinois State tops Chicago State 80-71. And Butler beats Eastern Illinois 66-54. Again, up in Toronto, it's a 4-2 lead for the Maple Leafs over the Blackhawks. When we come back from a short break, we'll bring back in Nick Olczyk over at the Scotiabank Arena, talk about that second period as the Hawks trail by 2. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Radio News at the top and bottom of the hour.
For 51 years, Ditch Witch Midwest has been the leader for all of your underground equipment needs. Construction professionals turn to Ditch Witch Midwest, the most trusted name of the industry for all their toughest projects. Whatever your job calls for, trenchers, cable plows, vacuum excavation, or directional drills, Ditch Witch Midwest offers a complete line to fit your needs. Ditch Witch Midwest is a full-service dealer which offers rental and financing options. Visit DitchWitchMidwest.com to see the complete line of American-made construction products. Ditch Witch Midwest. We're in this together.
I'm Gary Perinar, Executive Secretary-Treasurer of the newly formed Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council. We represent over 50,000 union members who build and maintain world-class commercial, residential, and industrial projects across Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and eastern Iowa. Our members are the industry's best trained and most productive, assuring quality projects are completed safely, on time, and within budget for our contractors. We are the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council. Strong alone, unstoppable together.
For more information, visit carpentersunion.org.
This message is brought to you by IDOT.
2 Mount Vernon women are dead, killed in a fatal crash on I-64. Illinois State Police report early Thursday morning.
Driving under the influence has claimed yet another life.
Impaired driving is responsible for an average of over 300 deaths a year on Illinois roadways.
Authorities say that driver drove into the median and struck a tree. He is facing charges of driving under the influence and improper lane usage.
Illinois State Police say alcohol did play a factor in that crash.
Drivers can learn more at lifeordeathillinois.com.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. Whenever the Blackhawks score, it's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
Blackhawks trailing Toronto 4-2 up at the Scotiabank Arena. I'm Joe Brand. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey here on 720 WGN. Fans, don't forget, after tonight's game, tune into the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks post-game show. We'll have player and coach interviews, fan reaction, and game analysis. Let's head on back over to the Scotiabank Arena and bring in Nick Olczyk, who's breaking down this game with John Weideman. And Nick, definitely a tweak of the offense in that second period. Unfortunately, the Hawks still kind of dealing with the same deficit that they dug themselves in the first period, but it is good to see them finding a goal with all that extra effort in this extra 20 minutes.
Well, look, I mean, the Blackhawks, look, you got to stay out of the penalty box, and they obviously did a much better job as the period went along. But I said it at the end of that period, Joe. Toronto Maple Leafs right now, 14 giveaways, and the Hawks have had some great chances, especially in that second period. And I was talking with Johnny off the air, but 4 platinum, not gold, platinum chances that the Blackhawks had in that second period. Brandon Hagel right at the net front. Unbelievable stop by Peter Mrazek. Alex DeBrincat on a cross-seam pass from Patrick Kane entering the zone. Dylan Strome with an unbelievable chance, too, off the rush on a nice little pass from Dominic Kubalik. He was in all alone. Just think he was a little bit too tight to the goaltender to where he couldn't quite elevate that puck into the attic of the net enough. And then the Patrick Kane power play chance towards the end of that period. So the Hawks are getting opportunities. But again, it's been sort of a microcosm of what has gone on for this team lately. They're getting chances. They're getting shots. But the puck is just not finding its way to the back of the net. So I don't think there's any doubt if they can have another period like they did in the second, in the third, it's going to serve them well, and eventually they're going to find 1 or 2 in behind Peter Mrazek, because though he has been really good, you got to keep in mind this is a guy who hasn't played in over a month. I mean, almost coming up on 2 months. Mm-hmm. So if you continue to test him, I think eventually the levee's going to break.
And Dylan Strome, as you mentioned, he popped up to that top line, I believe. How much has he improved along this game? I know we were already talking about him in the first, but even a better second period.
And he did get some power play time as well on the top unit, where Derek King elected to take off Ryan Carpenter and put Dylan Strome there for a little bit of a different look. I think he's been good. Look, he's hunting pucks down. He's brought the skating legs, and I've counted probably 3 or 4 times, Joe, where he's carried the puck in over the blue line and he's made a nice play for that first pass. I mean, that is super key when you're talking about rush offense. You want to make that good first pass. First, you want to get over the blue line. And you're not going to try and stick handle and take the puck east to west of the blue line, because that's how you throw your teammates offside. But I counted a couple of times where he was able to gain the blue line, kick it to his right, kick it to his left, and what did he do? Went right to the net. So he's keeping things simple. You can tell he's got some confidence with the puck on his stick, which is a great thing for Dylan Strome, a guy who, when he has confidence, he's more than capable of making plays. He's proved it throughout his career. Now he's just got to get those skating legs going. I think he's done that. I think he's been better away from the puck in terms of pressuring up ice, forcing Toronto to turn the puck over, and especially in the first and second period, before he got promoted to the top power play unit, thought he was doing a really nice job of keeping control of the puck, holding on to it for a second longer on that second power play unit, which led to a couple of opportunities for the Blackhawks. So certainly some positive things so far tonight from the Mississauga boy.
Yeah, the Blackhawks positively outshooting the Toronto Maple Leafs in that second period, 14-3. Nick, thanks for the insight. Let's hope that we're talking about overtime in a handful of minutes.
That's the hope, Joe. Take care.
That's Nick Olczyk. He and John Weideman with the call tonight from the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. The Blackhawks have only scored 4 or more goals in regulation twice this year. The last time coming on November 17th against the Seattle Kraken. They need at least 4 goals in regulation to force an overtime. They would need quite a comeback to win this game in regulation. Let's just see how they can fare offensively in the third period. We're going to take one more break before we bring you there. Hawks trailing Toronto 4-2 up in Canada. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, bankers, listen up. I want unlimited access to identity fraud specialists, and I want cell phone protection.
No problem. All around Chicago, people are waking up to a better way to bank with Marquette Bank. With Marquette Bank's Fun Rewards app, you get help if your phone is damaged or stolen. Plus, it connects you to identity and fraud specialists whenever you need them. Learn more at emarquettebank.com/Fun Rewards. Marquette Bank, member FDIC. Certain restrictions apply.
With the holidays approaching and lights going up in neighborhoods around the country,
Realtor Amy Kite in 9th region to 67% battery power. Not charging. Status bar Home Sweet Home Chicago 12.
Different size plug heads require different kinds of weather protection. Twist and Seal has options for all of them. Whether you're setting up holiday lights, using outdoor extension cords around the house or job site, or protecting power strips or large connections for an RV, Twist and Seal has you covered. Each of the 4 Twist and Seal products use patented designs and heavy-duty materials to make sure your core connections stay dry all season long. Plus, all Twist and Seal products are proudly made in the USA. This is the year to stop wrangling with plastic bags and electrical tape. Keep the water out and your lights on with Twist and Seal. Find the right Twist and Seal product for your outdoor cord connections and learn more at twistandseal.com.
Your basement is already dry most of the time, but if you want your basement dry all of the time, you know who to call. Permaseal at 800-421-SEAL or permaseal.net.
Period 3. The third period is next. Here for a recap is Joe Brand.
And the second period scoring recap is sponsored by the College of DuPage. Is it time to elevate your career? College of DuPage has a multitude of degrees with classes starting next spring. Visit itslike.cod.
Home Sweet Home Chicago. Realtor menu.
The offensive drive in that second period, especially earlier in the period. However, Toronto's first shot on goal was successful.
Now Steve's at the bottom of the left circle, leaves it for Kyle Clifford. Clifford around to the left wing board, spin it in behind the Hawk net to Engvall. He'll turn and fire. He scores from the right wing circle. Pierre Engvall. He looked like he was going to take the puck out toward the right point, but then just wheeled and fired a wrist shot that beats Lankinen, and it's now 4-1 in favor of the Leafs.
After more offensive pressure from the Hawks and a handful of stellar saves by Pete Mrazek, the Blackhawks finally were able to get one past him as a power play expired.
Hagel out near the line, drops it to Connor Murphy, right point. He'll close in and fires. He scores! And this may have been tipped by Kubalik on the way in, or it might be Connor Murphy's all alone. Either way, the Hawks get one back. It's not on the power play. It's an even strength, but it cuts the Leaf lead by 2 at 4-2.
Brandon Hagel doing absolutely everything he could to keep that play alive, and it helped the Hawks get back within 2 goals. Again, they outshot Toronto 14-3 in the second period. You think if they have that same drive in the third period, they can help out their case. But they trail the Maple Leafs 4-2. Let's send it back over to Canada with John Weineman and Nick Olchek.
All right, Joe, and on that, I'm going to go to my colleague tonight, Nick Olchek, and go back to something that Nick was talking about right at the end of the second period. The number of chances the Blackhawks had. We just got a bit of a video roll here up in our booth of those chances, and they were some very good scoring chances, and Mrazek has really been a big difference for the Leafs in the second period.
And you wouldn't think that he missed as much time as he did with a groin injury. I mean, he is traversing the crease in a big way. And looking over the score sheet, too, in the intermission, Johnny, 7 shots on goal tonight for Alex DeBrincat. He's been around the net. He's had plenty of opportunities, and his chance on a pass from Patrick Kane on a one-timer opportunity was arguably the best for the Hawks in that second period. So, again, if they can replicate what they did offensively last period into this period, I think that 2 is going to turn into a 3 or a 4.
I would agree. Let's see what happens here. Down to center ice we go. The drop of the puck to start the third period. We're underway as Taves wins the faceoff. Here's DeHaan with a pass up the left wing to Hagel, short of the Leaf line. He deflects the puck into the Toronto zone. Hawks going from our left to our right here in period number 3. Liljegren will pass it now to Matthews, straddling the Hawk blue line on the right wing. Little slap pass down the boards, ends up behind the net into the near corner. And now DeHaan will poke it free to Hagel, to Reese Johnson, cutting over the center ice circle. Oh, he was knocked down by Jake Muzzin and goes for a spin, and now Johnson will collect himself and head to the Hawk bench. He's a little shaken up there. Meanwhile, the Leafs attack. And a pass from Matthews across the rink, deflects to center ice. Kane's got the puck over the Leaf line, down the right wing to the corner, 1 against 4 Leafs. Kane spins it behind the net around over to Dylan Strome, who sends it back in behind around to Kane. And Kane had the puck rolling up on in. Bunting of the Leafs is able to push it to center ice. Hawks get it back in their end. Seth Jones now with the puck along the right sideboards beside the circle. Passes over to Gustafsson. He gains center ice and lifts the puck down toward the right wing corner in the Maple Leaf zone. Riley kept the puck away from Strome, put it up the boards. Kane picked it off, fed it into the slot, and the puck is taken by Kerfoot, who'll direct it to center ice. Then Gustafsson drops it back into the right wing corner, Leaf end. Puck slides behind the net. Brody there. Put it around up the left wing. Riley will advance the puck ahead to Nylander, Hawk line left wing side, and he'll send a slow one down behind the net. Stillman sent it around, but not out. Tavares took the puck away along the right half boards and put it behind the Hawk net. And now Jake McCabe will backhand it up the right wing side, deep into the Leaf zone. Kurashev put it across. Kubalik shoots, he scores! Dominic Kubalik snapped it from the bottom of the left wing circle. A perfect one-handed backhand pass by Kurashev from the right wing boards across in front of the Leaf net, and there was Kubalik to slap it home. It's now 4-3 in favor of the Leafs with a lot of time on the clock.
Well, this goes all about effort. Philip Kurashev able to beat Christian Rubens to the puck. It's just a flat-out foot race. And a wonderful leaping and reaching pass with one hand on his stick back door to Dominic Kubalik. As both defenders went to Kurashev, and a perfect finish in the attic of the net. All in one motion, shovels it into the net. Mrazek didn't have a chance there, and that's time to break out the Bandito again. Third time, Johnny. Celebrate every Blackhawks goal with Bandito Yankee Tequila.
So for Dominic Kubalik, that's his 5th goal on the season from Philip Kurashev at 1:47 of period number 3. So the Swiss connection gets together. Inside the Leaf zone behind the net, Kurashev again digging for the puck. Had it taken away by David Camp. He'll move it around up the right wing side. Liljegren at center ice, put it over to Mrazek, or to Muzzin, to Simmons into the Hawk zone down the left wing. He'll fire a shot, and that was blocked by Murphy. Here's Camp with the puck behind the Hawk net. Carries into the near corner. Connor Murphy reaching around him, stripped it away, but it ends up at the left point. Muzzin fires, that's blocked. Then Camp fires from the left wing boards. Murphy blocked that. Sent it ahead. Muzzin kept it alive. Left point and spins it down behind the Hawk net. Leafs go for a line change. Hawks get the puck back with DeHaan settling it down in behind the Hawk net.
Since coming back up from Rockford, Philip Kurashev has played really well. Had a strong game last game. Drew 2 penalties, and one of those 2 resulted in Jonathan Taves' goal. Another great effort there. It leads to the 3rd goal of the game for the Hawks.
Now Carpenter deflects the puck deep into the Leaf zone for Slavin in the left wing corner. Was just off of his stick. The Leafs get it back. Engvall outside his blue line to Kyle Clifford, Hawk line. Carried into the zone down the left wing side. Hit with a hip check from McCabe. Lost the puck to Stillman in the corner. And Stillman put the puck in behind the Hawk net. McCabe pokes it around at the far side. Engvall took it away in the right wing corner, Hawk end. Worked out to the line now to Brody, right point. Spun it down to Engvall, back of the Hawk net. He's pushed into the corner boards by McCabe, but the puck is centered out to Kasha, and he'll fire from the right circle. Pad save made by Lankinen. And Stillman will clear the puck down to the Leaf blue line. Brody there to Andre Kasha, ex of the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, or Anaheim Ducks, I should say. Put it around behind the Hawk net up the far side. Gustafsson clears the puck down to the Leaf blue line. And Riley will send it back off the boards deep into the Hawk zone again. Here's a pass now by Gustafsson around to Kurashev. Head to the Leaf line to Hagel. Hagel now into the Leaf zone along the left wing boards. Turns into a check from Muzzin. Lost the puck back to center ice. Gustafsson will clear it back into the Hawk zone to Jones. Put it ahead to Taves at center ice. He backhands it down into the left wing corner of the Toronto end. And Hagel on top of Justin Hall. They battle. Hall chips it away up the right side to Kasha. To Austin Matthews at center ice. He'll fling it off the left wing boards into the Hawk zone, then got it back and fires toward the Hawk net. It was blocked in front by Gustafsson. Then Seth Jones will angle a backhander off the far glass down to the Leaf blue line. Liljegren got it there. Head to Morgan Riley over the Hawk line to Nylander, and he'll fire from near the left point. And that's into the blocker of Kevin Lankin, and actually into the cuff of the blocker of Kevin Lankin, and he holds it for a whistle. Face off to his right, 4-3 Toronto.
Looking down at the Blackhawk bench, Johnny, Reese Johnson, a little while ago after taking that big hit from Jake Muzzin in the middle of the ice and sent him spinning down, a little woozy, heading back to the bench, has since gone to the Blackhawks dressing room under the care of the wonderful Blackhawks medical staff, so we'll keep an eye on it. Certainly send our best to Reese Johnson.
There now, Riley firing from the left wing boards into a pack in front of the net. That hit a body and tumbled away. Then DeBrincat will clear it off the left glass to the Leafs blue line. Liljegren there, passing it ahead to Nylander at center ice to Morgan Riley over the Hawk line. Down the left wing, a sharp angle shot and a kneeling butterfly save made by Lankinen. Here's Dylan Strome banking a pass up the left wing to his junior teammate DeBrincat, and to Kane over the line into the Leaf zone. He fires from the slot, and Mrazek is kneeling down in the crease and smothers that one to the paint of the crease. Holds it there, and a whistle stops play. Another great chance for the Hawks.
Add it to the list, and add it to the list of great saves from Peter Mrazek, as it was Alex DeBrincat who was able to make a perfect backhand pass to Patrick Kane, but the play starts in the defensive zone. It's Dylan Strome. A billiards-like pass, perfectly executed to one of his best buddies, Alex DeBrincat. And a little touch play from outside inside as Kaner tried to go 5-hole. Mrazek able to squeeze the knees and somehow keep himself from drifting via his momentum into the back of the net.
He did an excellent job there, but great chance for Kane. The next time Kane gets a chance like that, we may see the shootout maneuver without the slowing down part of it. Just a nice backhander into the top shelf. Here's Jake McCabe with a puck behind the Hawk net. Tried to send it off the glass. This hit the stick of Nick Ritchie and deflects up and out of play. And so we'll get a whistle, and 14:38 remains on the clock for the third. Leafs 4, the Hawks 3. Face-off will be in the circle to Lankinen's left.
That was a great pass, though, to initiate that chance for Dylan Strome. Someone we were talking about in the intermission. Joe Brandon, Iowa. Dylan Strome has done well. You can add that to the list. He had his head up the whole way, knew what he was going to do with the puck before he got it.
Now from the draw, Simmons tried to get a shot away from the slot. That was blocked. Kurashev takes the puck out of the Hawk zone to center ice. Winds it off the boards deep into the Leaf zone behind the net to the far corner. And then Kurashev took it away from Simmons. Put it in behind the Leaf net. Kubalik to Doc in the left wing corner. Carries it around, gave it to Kurashev, firing from the left wing boards. A blocker save made by Mrazek. David Kampf banks it up the right side, not out of the zone. Kept in with a nice play at the line by Stillman. He put the puck to the near boards in the Leaf end, but Brody took it away and then misses on a pass ahead for Ritchie, and this goes all the way down for icing against the Leafs. This could be trouble for the Leafs. That's their fourth line that's out there right now. Even though David Kampf is not bad on faceoffs, this still puts this line in a very bad position.
And David Kampf is going to be a guy who's going to be taking his draw, and he's doubled over. So a great chance here for Jonathan Taves and company. Josiah Slavin, too, on this line with Brandon Hagel, because Reese Johnson left the game a little while ago. So good to see Slavin getting an opportunity with Taves and Hagel.
Well, Kampf wins the draw. Here's Hull carrying the puck to center ice. Put it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Gustafson tried to spin it up the left wing side. It's picked off by the Leafs' Steves, and then he lost the puck at the line. Taves will clear it across the rink down to the Leaf blue line. Muzzin there for Toronto. Shot it back into the Hawk zone off Taves' stick. Taves went back and got the puck, put it behind the net to Gustafson, who made a pass up ice intended for Slavin. It misses him and goes all the way down. And now icing will be called to the Hawks. Draw comes down to the circle to Lankinen's right, with 13:31 on the clock for the third period. 4-3 Toronto. Going to have Matthews stepping in at the dot, facing off with Taves here. Both of them over 55% on draws. And Taves waves it to the near boards to Jones. Hawks get possession. Put it behind the Hawk net. Gustafson sent it around up the left wing for Slavin. He drops it back to Gustafson. And he'll airmail the puck down ice into the Leaf zone. Hawks will get a line change as Muzzin carries the puck behind the Leaf net, then out. Muzzin to Liljegren, right wing center ice. Didn't clear the center ice red stripe before sending it down, and now we get icing against the Leafs.
And great pressure, too, there from Patrick Kane. You talk about pressuring up the ice, being strong in the middle in the neutral zone area. He closed off Liljegren, didn't give him space to be able to take that extra step that he needed to get to the red line. He pulled the shoot, he bailed, and now a great offensive zone chance for Blackhawks.
Yep. It's going to be Strome against Matthews now. Face off to the right of Mrazek. Strome works the puck to DeBrincat, far corner to Kane, left wing corner. Sharp angle shot, stick save made. Follow-up shot by Strome. Another stick save made by Mrazek. Here's Kane stripping it away, left wing corner. To DeHaan along the left wing boards. To Strome, left wing corner. Tried to hand it off in close quarters to DeHaan. Kane ends up with the puck top of the left circle. Kane now at the left point. Scoops it over to the right wing boards. Nobody is there except Jake Muzzin, who clears it to the line, but Kane kept it in there for a moment. Lost the puck to Bunting of the Leafs. Here's Bunting crossing the Hawk line on the left wing. Drops it off to Matthews, and a one-time slap shot turned wide. Follow-up shot by Matthews from the left wing corner. Lankinen knocked that away. Strome will clear it ahead now. DeBrincat at center ice. Put it in over the Leaf line for Strome down the slot. But then Riley took it away from behind the Leaf net. Fed it around. Was kept in at the right point for a moment by McCabe. He lost it, however, to the Leafs' Matthews, who clears to center ice to Brody. And he'll fire it down the boards into the Hawk end. Jake McCabe's got the puck behind the Hawk net. He'll hold it. And as Slavin skates by, McCabe pulls the puck out. Banks the pass up the right side for Carpenter. This ends up deflecting down behind the Leaf net. Mrazek put it over into the far corner. Carpenter gives a bump there to Tavares. Works the puck free to Slavin. To Stillman. He'll fire from the left point. Over the net and around to the near boards. McCabe put it into the right wing corner. Mike Hardman there. South Boston kid battling in the right wing corner. Leaf end with Tavares. To Slavin. Put it to the line. McCabe to the left point. Stillman closing in. He'll fire. That's through a screen and just wide. Kerfoot along the left boards. Leaf line. Pass ahead intended for Nylander. The pass misses and it goes down, and again icing called against Toronto.
And you've got a group of 5 very tired Maple Leafs on the ice. Want to see the Blackhawks fresh line get out there, not give them any time to rest. But a case there of Kerfoot to Nylander. One guy was zigging, another guy was zagging, and they can't connect. Great chance here for the Blackhawks with a face-off to the left of Peter Mrazek.
It's going to be Kirby Dach facing off against John Tavares. Dach has company with Dominic Kubalik and Philip Kurashev. The drop of the puck, the Leafs get it. And Brody will stick it off the near boards and down ice into the Hawk zone. They're going to wave the icing. Gustafsson back to get it. Leafs will get a line change. Here's Gustafsson carrying out of the Hawk zone to center ice. Bank pass for Dach over the Leaf line. Down the left wing, stopping in the corner. Had it stripped away by David Kemp. Puck put behind the Leaf net by Hull to Muzzin. And the pass up the left wing for Ritchie, broken up by Seth Jones as the puck tumbles deep into the Hawk end. Jones and Wayne Simmons vie for it behind the Hawk net. Jones wins the battle. To Kurashev, to Jones in the circle to the right of Lankinen. Back to Philip Kurashev. Moving it at center ice now to Gustafsson. He'll turn and wave it back into the Hawk zone to Seth Jones as the Hawks are trying to complete a line change. Jones hands it off to DeBrincat. Back to Seth Jones, right wing center ice. Pokes the puck down the boards deep into the Leaf zone. Hull behind his net, moves it near corner Jake Muzzin. Head to Matthews. Lost the puck as it's tipped away by DeBrincat. And then Strome will knock it down to the far side corner in the Leaf end. And Hull moves it over now to Muzzin. Headman pass to Matthews over the Hawk line. Give and go to Kasha to the left wing corner. Hit by Murphy. Lost the puck. Matthews came out with the puck. Murphy reaching in. Poke checks it away to Kane. Tried to clear it ahead for Strome. Picked off by the Leafs. Matthews back into the Hawk zone. Got it ahead now to Bunting. He moves down the left wing side and fires a backhander through the crease and wide. Here's DeHaan in the far corner. Tried to give the puck to DeBrincat. Kasha took it away instead for the Leafs. Put it behind the net to Bunting. Hit by Murphy. Separated from the puck. DeHaan got it to DeBrincat, who tried to clear it to the line and did. Was held in by Riley, who then flung it down onto the stick of DeHaan, waiting in the left circle from Lankinen. Over to Murphy to Taves at center ice to Hagel. Racing in over the Leaf line, down the left wing. Hit behind the net, has the puck in his skates. Works it free into the far corner. Steves then gave it away to Hagel. Hagel behind the Leaf net. Hit by Clifford. Puck scraped around by Carpenter to the left point to Stillman, and then a long shot by McCabe. He scores! Jake McCabe from the right point. Fired it through a maze of hockey players in front of Peter Mrazek, who never got a good look at this shot. And it ends up bulging the twine behind him. We are tied at 4 with 9:18 left in the third.
It's the dad strength. Jake McCabe coming through with the game-tying goal with 9:18 to go in the third period. Great work down low. This is all Brandon Hagel possessing the puck. He takes a hit from Clifford, able to make a play. And I might have been Brandon Hagel that gets a piece of it. It's McCabe with a quick little transition.
It may have been Taves.
Yeah, to be able to find that lane towards the net. Couple of guys there waving their sticks at it, and we're going to break out the Bandito for the 4th time tonight. We got a tie game. Celebrate every goal with Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Going to have to get the announcement on this goal. The goal at 10:42 of period number 3 ties the score at 4. With the way the Leafs have been coughing up the pucks in their end because of their defensive contingent and the Blackhawks' ability to generate chances in this game, and Nick talked about this at the end of the second period. This one was a long way from over, and now we've got a tie score. Half a period to play. Into the Hawk zone. Tavares for the left wing side. Put the puck into the far corner. DeBrincat takes a hit but leaves the puck for DeHaan. Passing up the right wing. Here's Kane over the Leaf line. Stopping at the right point. Flings it toward the net. Deflected on goal by DeHaan and turned out of there by Mrazek. DeHaan leaves it in the right wing corner. Here's Strome. Fed it into the deep slot. Patrick Kane winds, fakes on a shot. Does a little spin with the puck. Carries over top of the right circle. Flips it down to Seth Jones. Back of the net. And then he lost the puck to Morgan Riley, and then Jones muscling it, took it back in the left corner. Then Riley took it back, pokes it behind the net. Kane's got it for the Hawks. Here's Kane along the right wing boards, Leaf zone. Fed the left point to Seth Jones. Jones flings it on goal. Stick save made by Mrazek. And now DeBrincat feeds the slot. This deflects through the air and off the near glass out to center ice. Gustafsson back at the Hawk line has the puck. The Leafs completing a line change. Here's Gustafsson flinging it deeper into the Hawk zone to Seth Jones. Along the left wing boards. Head to Taves, to Gustafsson in the Hawk zone. Now to Seth Jones. Jones will move it out up the left wing. Gustafsson had to hit him in the skates. It's taken away by Kasha back into the Hawk zone. He'll fire from the right wing corner. And that's in and out of the glove of Lankinen. Leafs get it back. Justin Hall, right point. Spins it down the boards behind the net. Gustafsson picks it off, put it to the near corner. Matthews tries to center. This is picked off by Seth Jones. He'll clear it off the glass to center ice. T.J. Brody, head of the Leaf line. Moves it over to Justin Hall. He'll carry through center ice, give it a bunting over the Hawk blue line. Had it knocked away, got it back, and fires from the left circle. Turned out of there. Follow-up shot by Kasha, and a great save made by Lankinen. And a diving play made by Hagel at the Hawk line to chip the puck to center ice, forcing the Leafs to regroup. Matthews at center ice, front of the penalty boxes. Will carry it back inside his own end. Hand it off to Brody. Here's Brody along the far boards to Hall between the circles. Hall with an outlet pass to Steves at center ice, off his stick. McCabe took it away in the Hawk zone, passing up ice for Kubalik. The pass is over, stick and down, and icing is called against the Hawks.
Well, the Blackhawks have really started to play an even heavier game in this third period, Johnny. The chances have been there. They haven't given the Toronto Maple Leafs a whole heck of a lot at all. And that eventual game-tying goal right now, at least, has been credited to Jake McCabe, but you love to see all the bodies at the net. Controlling the puck down low.
All right, the draw in the Hawk zone is cleared out to center ice by Stillman. And back into the Leaf zone it goes. Liljegren between the circles. Head to William Nylander. He'll twist away at the Leaf blue line. Pass on the left wing, Morgan Riley. Knocked off the puck by McCabe at the Hawk line. DeBrincat clears it, but not out. Kept in by Kerfoot left point. Down to Tavares left corner. Fed the slot for Riley. The pass was at the heel of his stick. Now Riley at the right point. Long wrist shot. Blocked out high by Hagel. DeBrincat clears it off the glass to center ice. And Liljegren tried to play the puck. We get a whistle on a hand pass called to the Leafs. 6:07 left in the third. Hawks and Leafs tied at 4 here in Toronto. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago has officially unwrapped the holiday magic. World Business Chicago invites you to bring the family down to see the magic of the zoo lights at Lincoln Park Zoo. And while you're at it, the official Christmas tree is up at Millennium Park.
Take the family to unwrap Chicago's own magic. Find unique gifts on Daly Plaza at the Chris Kindle Market, where you can enjoy a variety of festive foods and drinks.
Unwrap Chicago's own magic on the ice. It's not at the United Center, but at Millennium Park as you skate under the stars with the skyline in your face.
The tradition's back as you unwrap Chicago's own magic under the tree at the Walnut Room with your family as you create a memory that will last generations.
It's Bob Surratt. Downtown Chicago is open, and we are unwrapping the magic of the season. Bring the family, shop the Mag Mile, and enjoy the lights and the sights.
6:06 this holiday season. Bring the family, shop the Mag Mile, and enjoy the lights and the sights this holiday season. 6:06 this holiday season. Bring the family, shop the Mag Mile, and enjoy the lights and the sights this holiday season. 6:06 this holiday season. Bring the family, shop the Mag Mile, and enjoy the lights and the sights this holiday season. 6:06 this holiday season. Bring the family, shop the Mag Mile, and enjoy the lights and the sights this holiday season. 6:06 this holiday season. Bring the family, shop the Mag Mile, and enjoy the lights and the sights this holiday season. 6:06 this holiday season. Bring the family, shop the Mag Mile, and enjoy the lights and the sights this holiday season. 6:06 this holiday season. Bring the family, shop the Mag Mile, and enjoy the lights and the sights this holiday season. 6:06 this holiday season. Bring the family, shop the
This is Rich Dykstra from Dykstra Home Services. With the cooler temperatures, are you feeling the cold inside your home too? Give the experts at Dykstra Home Services a call for a free estimate on a high-efficiency carrier furnace sized properly for your home. With 6 years, no interest financing available. Or if you just need your system tuned up for winter, we can take care of that too for only $89. Call today for a free in-home estimate, 800-421-3220 or WGNHeatingGuy.com. Carrier, turn to the experts and the experts at Dykstra Home Services.
Chicago's very own. When and where you want us. Now back to Blackhawks hockey.
4:06:07 to go from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario. The Hawks have battled all the way back from 4-1 down to tie the game, and now it's time for Who's Hot, Who's Cold, which is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago. Visit plumbers911.com for emergency plumbing service. For Who's Hot, Johnny, I'm going to go with Jonathan Toews, the captain. Goals in 2 straight, opened the game for the Hawks. I like it. With a big-time goal, and it was a great defensive play. Well, a simple play to get out of their own zone by both Murphy and Reese Johnson. Jonathan Toews remains hot with goals in back-to-back games.
They're going to face it off at center ice. Strome will face off against John Tavares of the Leafs. New Leaf captain came over from the Islanders. He was offered a deal, $11 million for 7 years by Lou Lamoriello, the general manager of the New York Islanders, and he turned it down to play for a little less money here in Toronto in his hometown. He knew what he wanted. Here's DeBrincat at center ice, sends a tumbling puck across the Leaf blue line. Morgan Riley chips it off the near boards of center ice to Nylander, to the aforementioned John Tavares. He'll send it down to the end boards, Hawk in. Calvin Hahn stabs it around up the right side to Kane. Rink wide pass to Brinkett. He got behind the defense of Brody, but couldn't handle the puck. Ends up down along the end boards. And then DeBrincat steals it away from Brody. Centers the puck, picked off by Kerfoot. He was standing in front of his net, put his stick blade down, and there was the puck. Kerfoot passing to Engvall at center ice, who runs into Carpenter, lost the puck. A pass by McCabe to Carpenter in center ice from the penalty boxes. He'll fire it down the boards and in behind the Leaf net. Justin Hall there to get it. Head to Pierre Engvall, then to Kyle Clifford, left wing center ice. Clifford sends the puck to the left wing corner Hawk zone. He and McCabe get their shoulders on one another. Clifford ends up with the puck, sets up Muzzin, firing for the left point. That's blocked by Carpenter, the center ice. Clifford back into the Hawk zone down the right wing, squeezed into the boards by Toews and off the puck. Hagel's got it. Bats it off the boards to himself at center ice on the left wing to Carpenter over the Leaf line. Carpenter and David Camp battle. Puck is kicked out of there by Camp, down behind the Leaf net to Justin Hall. To Jake Muzzin, Leaf line left wing. To David Camp, flips it into the Hawk zone. It's picked off by Seth Jones. Head to Dominic Kubalik, lifts it into the Leaf end. Brody sent it back to center ice. And then Kirby Doc will whack it back into the Leaf zone. And again, Brody clears off the boards to center ice to David Camp. Camp then sends it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Lankinen stopping it there for Calvin Hahn, who lost the puck to the near boards to Camp. He'll send it off the glass and down behind the Hawk net. Seth Jones clears it around at the left wing to Dominic Kubalik, and he'll give it a chip off the boards and down into the Leaf zone. Hawks will take advantage and get a line change.
A nice simple play there by Dominic Kubalik, not trying to mess around with it at the boards. A good strong rim from behind his net by Seth Jones, and Kubalik, like I said, not taking any chances, sending that puck out towards the middle of the ice.
Oh, Murphy with a big hit on Kasha as soon as he crosses the Hawk line on the left wing, and then Murphy gets 2 for his money as Kasha went after Murphy. Murphy saw him coming, and he just stood his ground and put a shoulder into Kasha, knocking him down. Matthews fires from the top of the left circle Hawk zone. That deflects wide of the net. Kasha behind the net, had the puck stripped away by Jake McCabe. McCabe sent it off the glass, kept in though by Hull at the right point. Spins it down behind the net to Kasha. Kasha given a bump there by McCabe, lost the puck into the corner. Matthews took it back to Bunting behind the Hawk net. Out to Justin Hall, right point. Spins it down behind off the inboards Hawk zone. Morgan Riley way in deep from his defense position to the left wing corner. Fed the slot. Matthews fires. Kick save made by Lankinen. Here's Nylander with the puck. Bottom of the left circle, then in behind the Hawk net. Nylander looking to center. Fed the high slot. Morgan Riley. He fired it off the inboards, and this bounces out to Dylan Strome. He'll clear it off the near glass and down. Not enough on that for icing, but enough for the Hawks to get a line change.
And a massive save again from Kevin Lankinen. Low slot from Austin Matthews, pass from below the goal line, and a wonderful left pad flashing save from Kevin Lankinen.
Stillman clears the puck out of the Hawk zone to center ice. Tavares will swing it back into the Leaf end. Liljegren moves it over to Muzzin, left wing center ice. He'll fire it down the boards into the Hawk zone. Karam's out of the corner to the right circle. Kerfoot turns and fires. Seth Jones blocked that. Here's Riley Stillman the other way. Passing up the right wing. Carpenter at the Leaf line. Runs into Muzzin. Dumps the puck into the right wing corner Leaf end. And then Muzzin collects it. Moves it up the left wing for Kerfoot. But it's off his stick at the Hawk blue line. And Calvin Hahn waves it over to Connor Murphy, who clears it off the glass to center ice. Kurashev tips it in over the Leaf line. Here's Kubalik, top of the right circle. Hammers the shot. He just missed the near post. Loose puck in the far corner. Steves will clear it up the right glass to Kerfoot at center ice. Shoveling it down to the Hawk blue line. Engvall there. Engvall into the Hawk zone. One against all 5 Hawks. Engvall down the left wing. Will wind it behind the net. Away it goes to the right wing corner to Riley, who'll put the puck back in behind the Hawk net. Kirby Dach sends it around at the right side to Kurashev. He'll deflect it off the boards to center ice. 1:30 left on the clock for regulation here in Toronto. Hawks and Leafs tied at 4. Morgan Riley, center ice on the left wing. Sends it down the glass. It bounces out of the corner. Right in front. There's David Camp. He scores. Kevin Lankinen went behind the Hawk net to play the Karam, and the puck ricocheted out in front of the empty net. And David Camp with a backhanded swat sent it home. It's his second goal in as many games against his former team, and puts the Leafs on top 5-4 with 1:20 left in the third.
And for how well the Blackhawks have played in this third period, Johnny, this is just awful luck. A dump in from Morgan Riley, left-hand side, and Kevin Lankinen's adventuring behind his net to try and stop the puck and cancel the forecheck for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It just goes off a stanchion right out to the front, and a wide-open net on a backhand shot for David Camp, as both Murphy and Lankinen came diving across to try and stop that puck. It doesn't get much more unfortunate than that for how well the Hawks have played in this third period. And the Toronto Maple Leafs now have a 5-4 lead.
Well, one of the teams has called a timeout. I didn't see which one. No timeout Chicago. We just get the announcement. And the boys are at their benches. No doubt we'll see Lankinen come to the Hawks bench here in the next little while if the Hawks can get possession off the faceoff. David Camp scored his first goal as a member of the Leafs at the United Center against the Hawks in that 3-2 overtime win for the Leafs. On a backhanded shot, I should say, and then here another backhander. Very underrated shot, the backhand. Camp will now take this next face-off at center ice against Jonathan Toews. 1:20 left on the clock. And now the linesman's going to make him stand up and do it again. With some words of advice to Toews. Here we go. Drop of the puck. Hawks get it. Kane sends it deep into the Leaf zone to the right wing corner. Lankinen a little slow on the uptake. Now heads to the bench. Hawks go with 6 attackers in an empty net. Toews at the left point. Sends it right point. Jones. Put it down to DeBrincat beside the right circle. To Kane at the left point. Winds and fires. And that skips through traffic and goes wide. Jones from the right point to DeBrincat right half boards to Jones right point again. To Kane left point with under a minute left in regulation. Sent it toward the net. Deflects him on goal. Stick save made by Mrazek. Hull behind the net. Had it stripped away. Here's Toews with the puck. Banks it around to the right boards to DeBrincat. Falls under David Camp. Lost the puck. Cleared to center ice by Matthews. Seth Jones back to get the puck Hawk line. To Gustafsson left wing center ice. He'll drive it down the boards into the Leaf zone to the near corner. Muzzin coughed it up to Kane. Moves it behind the Leaf net left corner to DeBrincat. To the left point now, Gustafsson to the right point. Jones with 28. Back to Kane along the right boards. Had it stripped away by Matthews to center ice. Again, the Hawks have to regroup. Jones at the Hawk line. Passing to Dylan Strome over the Leaf line on the right wing. Lost the handle of the puck. Matthews chips it back to the Hawk line. Jones has the puck in the Hawk zone now with 12. Quick pass up ice was knocked back to center ice. Doc got it back. To Gustafsson over the Leaf line left point. Put it down in front of the net. Riley will spin it around and all the way down it goes. And the Hawks are going to run out of time. Seth Jones was racing back into the Hawk zone to the dots to try and get the icing call, but the time had wound off the clock, and the Maple Leafs hold on for a 5-4 victory over the Hawks. And it's the first time the Hawks have lost in this building in some time. A valiant effort to erase a 3-goal deficit and put themselves into position to possibly garner a point out of this game, but the Leafs catch a lucky break, and David Kampf capitalizes.
It was a very positive third period for the Blackhawks, not just because of the 2 goals that they were able to score, but the fact that they played a much heavier game, controlling the puck in the offensive zone, not being knocked off it as easily as they were earlier in the game. Much better commitment to defense as well, simple with the puck, and at the end of the game, just a real fluky play, John, and you hate to lose in that fashion.
Yeah.
On a play where a guy will dump the puck in 10 times, and that'll never happen. And, of course, with a minute and a half to go, it happens in a wide-open net for Kampf, but some really good things to like and pull from this game for the Blackhawks in that third period.
All right, 5-4, the Leafs win it. We'll be back with more right after this break. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
5 grams. State in progress.